Oh, well, everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
You're going to make that happen?
Huh?
You're going to make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm going to get these straps that I'm going to go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you, man. Down. Strap season. I know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
All right.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the board. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switched codes, but he code switch focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that could end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. With my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode. I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibes. I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a piece, man. I ain't got no time for a piece, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up!
If I let my dogs off the leash, they you might want to get out of Dodge by the evening. Honestly, think it's not the blood and the beef. If they don't leave anything behind at the evening.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a... When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they wanna call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. With my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode. I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibes. I'm the kingpin.
What's good? What's happening, everybody? I'm glad. Hope y'all had having a great Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? I just got in, my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I just been watching, you know what I'm saying, people capping, you know what I'm saying, about this fight. You know what I'm saying? The passions are high. I hope everybody enjoyed, you know what I'm saying, the videos I put out, you know what I'm saying, just an idea I had, you know. He says, you know, Bud work out at 4. No, I didn't know Bud was working out at 4. No, I did not know that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I just got in from a damn load. So, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit I don't know, you know, but, you know what I'm saying? The closer we get into the fight, man, have y'all noticed that everybody been like, you know what I'm saying, like going towards Errol Spence Jr., you know what I'm saying? Even Sean Porter is changing up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is trying to adjust their opinions that they had before. And, you know, the Bud fans, you know, they coming out hard on channels, you know what I'm saying, really trying to really convince everybody that Bud is going to be, you know what I'm saying, this great mover in the fight. He's, you know what I'm saying, they never stop to remind you that he's a 3-division champion, undisputed champion and all this shit. But, you know, it seems like the momentum is going towards, even though they say that Errol Spence Jr. is like the underdog and all this shit, right? I'm just like, bro, I mean, it's like if you watch how both of these guys fight and who they fought, it's like, how the hell can Errol Spence Jr. be the underdog and all this, right? You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, I've never seen where a car crash made somebody fucking underdog, especially when they come back and dominate, you know what I'm saying, a world champion like Danny, a former world champion like Danny Garcia, right, off a damn car crash. But but it's like, it's almost like any excuse would do not to make Errol Spence Jr. a victim. But I noticed the media, they do the same damn thing. You know what I'm saying? They always like, I would pick Earl, but his lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? And I said, people like, they listen for reasons, or they listen to different talking points to use them in the conversation. Like, bro, can you like really think of anything on your own? Something that you haven't heard, that's not a goddamn narrative, right? And I've just been hearing the same shit over and over. What's going on, Ricky D? What's going on, J Wash 4? What's going on, TZ Frank? Salute to y'all. What's going on, Omega Red in the building? What's going on, Bear 24? Philly Bulls 91. What's going on? And Stylist, the artist, and what's happening, my brother? So, so I'm just getting tired of hearing, the same old shit over and over. It's like once somebody, come up with a clever talking point that you never thought of, you just hear it all down the line, especially if it's in favor of Bud Crawford, right? It's like, can we have some original? I was like listening to Champ Side, and motherfuckers were going crazy on them, man. They were going crazy, as I was coming in, what I'm saying, with my load, whatever. And people were just going crazy on Champ Side, what I'm saying? It's like, motherfuckers really hate that. I mean, it's like they always got to like, what I'm saying? It's almost like some fantasy shit. Like they talk about what, Terrence Crawford, can do or might do, what I'm saying, to Errol Spence Jr. But it's like, bro, most likely, what I'm saying, if you compare how each of them and the people they fought, how can you say he's going to do that to Errol Spence Jr.? How are you going to say that he's going to be able to go in there and move around and for 12 rounds, right? How he's going to be able to do that with Errol Spence Jr. beating on his body, right? I mean, you've never seen that before. So look like it would be something in your mind that'd be like, well, I don't know now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Errol Spence, I don't know if Bud's going to be able to box Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? They just go ahead and give him the ability to do that. And that's what I'm talking about. And it's like whatever they think of Bud, they think he could do it automatically, right? Even though he hasn't done it against a high level of opponent. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that they be leaving out. They just believe in Bud, which is, I don't have a problem with them believing in Bud, but I'm saying, like, I don't know, when I watch Bud, what I'm saying, I don't see, I can't give it to him because he haven't really fought, what I'm saying, the best in the division. If he would have fought, what I'm saying, somebody that was like, if he fought one of the top guys, then I would give him a little bit more leeway. But they act like that's the hating part. Like, no, bro, you haven't fought them dudes. That's what it is. And much as you say that, they still take it as hate, because they're so emotionally tied to Bud Crawford. Like this is something that's down the line for all fighters. Like, if you haven't fought the best at that, like we criticize Canelo because he haven't fought David Benavidez. Now it ain't no hate on Canelo, but he's done this his whole career. If you haven't fought the top competition your whole career, it's no hate, bro. It's just what we see. And that's the thing that Crawford, they just go with narratives and they just go with how they feel, about Bud Crawford. They don't keep it real about his career. They don't put much stock into the fact that the dudes he knocked out weren't they wasn't the best, right? Were they fighters? Were they good fighters? Yeah. I give you that. But they leave out the part that they're not the type of fighters we wanted to see him in there with that would give us a good estimation of is he a great fighter, right? And that's the part they leave out. That's the part. I don't like disingenuous conversation. I'm saying? I don't like this. I know y'all looking at my video, you're like, this nigga here. But, that's comedy. I'm saying? That's comedy. When we talking like boxing, that's like, I don't like motherfuckers coming in here like, leaving out, omitting details, I'm saying? And just, just what you call it, putting a spin on dialogue. It's like, because the shit ain't real, bro. Bud Crawford everybody in here would be, he would be the favorite if he would have fought Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Ugas, and all them guys. He would be the favorite then, in my bag, in my eyes. If he would have fought them, knocked them out, like he did, Kell Brook and Sean Porter, then he would be the man. Now, I don't want to hear that, no matter who he fight, Y'all ain't gonna give him no credit. No, we want to see him fight the best in the division, nigga. That's all we ask. That's all we ask. You know what I'm saying? We don't, you know, nobody ain't hating on Bud. It's like, I mean, so they hide that fact. They omit that fact that that's all we want to see from the guy. Just go for the best in the division. That's it. So, but they want to hide that fact. They don't want to dwell on it. They want to dwell on that he's a undisputed champion. They want to dwell on the things that, you know, he's done, and nobody can give him credit for it. You know, I mean, I heard one of the callers talking about Indongo. I was like, this motherfucker, how you gonna come in the conversation? You know what I'm saying? Like really trying to protect Terrence Crawford. So it's a lot of motherfuckers out here studying shit. You know what I'm saying? They studying talking points and they want to argue shit, but they don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? The shit don't mean nothing. There's a lot of people out here studying shit, creating talking points, sitting up here studying what they're gonna say on these damn panels, and the shit don't make no sense. If you ain't gonna keep it real and you just talking shit just to sound smart, the shit don't make no sense, bro. And it just gets on my fucking nerve to go to different channels and you got motherfuckers, instead of going and getting you a job, nigga, you up here studying talking points for the Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. fight. Go get a motherfucking job, bro. You know what I'm saying? Stop goddamn trying to look smart on the internet, bro. That's not going to make you any money. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Sweet Science?
We feeling that much closer, brother. I hear what you talking to, man. I mean, but now's the time. Like, he got the perfect opponent to erase that narrative. All he has to do is have a good showing, and he's on his way. And if Errol should move up, then, you know, the dispersal of the belts, he has another opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, they got some young lions back there. He can have at it.
Yeah, and you know what's going to happen. I'm going to tell y'all what's going to happen. It always happens. You know what I'm saying? In full kind of boxing, I always tell you, like, Bud going to go out here and get Falumaloon, and then they're going to be on Jerron Booth sentence. We saw a little bit of it before, you know, when they thought Bud was too scared to sign up for the fight. You know, they stopped putting their hopes and dreams into Jerron Booth sentence, hoping that they was hoping Errol Spence Jr. have to fight Jerron Booth sentence to knock him off the block. You remember that?
Bud's right hand man, what's his name, or left hand, if you will. What's that guy name, man? He's always Bernie, the boxer. He said it, and he said it snidely, like he was implying that it was this humongous feat that had to be slayed, and they was gonna be able to kind of get from up under that, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, get a 2-for-1.
Right. So we got 10 more days. You know, then we can stop hearing all this bullshit from these Bud Crawford fans who always come in here talking about, you know, we're gonna disappear. No, we ain't disappeared. This boxing, bro. This is real boxing channel, bro. We ain't going nowhere. I've seen boxers win and lose. I've been watching boxing longer than some of these niggas been alive, bro. So it's like, why am I gonna leave because of you? You know what I'm saying? Why I'm gonna leave because Errol Spence Jr. win or lose? I think he's definitely gonna win, but I mean, but why would I leave because of you? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna still be here. I'm gonna cover the fight. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about we'll talk about the fight, however it go. So, you know, a lot of these guys just be on some emotional stuff, bro. But my question is, you know what I'm saying, and I'm talking about both fighters when I ask this question. You know, is Bud Crawford overrated or is he underrated? What you think, Sweet Science? Is he overrated or is he underrated? And same with Errol Spence Jr. Is he overrated or is he underrated? You there, Sweet Science? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I'm sorry. What you say, brother?
I said for both fighters. Now, is Bud Crawford, is he overrated or underrated? Or is, you know, same with Errol Spence Jr., is he overrated or underrated?
Well, with Bud Crawford, I wouldn't go quite as far as to say overrated. Mm-hmm. But some of his fans view him in a way that, you know what I mean, they omit certain aspects of what he hadn't done, but not overrated. I wouldn't call him, because his skill, he shows skill every time he fights. And that's, you can't just mimic that and it not be, and he has power. So, you know what I mean? Knocking out people is still knocking out people. He knocked out the last, everybody at the weight class, so no, I wouldn't call it overrated. no, not that word, but Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? He just like you said, the big fundamental. He
Let me address.
his is big.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
address
Go ahead.
Anthony. He said that's hate when you try to constantly discredit a fighter who's fought 39 fights and haven't come close to losing a fight. Now, what's now, sweet science? What's missing from what he's saying? That this is the kind of shit I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what is missing? Read that and tell me what's missing. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you know what I'm going. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm reading it now.
Mm-hmm. Tell me what's missing from that. See, they always come in here with this bullshit. These
Well,
bullshit
it's just like you
narratives.
said. We were talking about the level of competition, so
Right.
you still have to honor that. You know what I mean? It's not to say that, but I still wouldn't use the word overrated. But still, the level of competition wasn't not the same to the same level. And fighting them in a I mean, the eye test is something that still can be used, man. If you're educated, if you have a just rational thought, you can look at the eye test and you can tell the level of fighter. That's like saying if any of the fighters that Earl fought, you could take anyone from up to even before. I'll give you who is it? Was that Campo and who he fought? The two fights that he fought before he got the title. Give me those two guys, and then everybody from the title on till now go up against the
Now,
same level competition with Terrence Crawford's competition, and just measure that. You know what I'm saying, with our contest, and you can come up with a good conclusion of it.
I mean, my thing is they act like it don't matter who those 39 fighters are. You see what I'm saying? You can have 60 fighters, but if you had 60 Ricky Burns, you know what I'm saying? All those 60 fights consist of Ricky Burns, Jeff Horn, you know what I'm saying? What's that guy named Derry something? And Thomas Delorme. Bro, stop. You know what I'm saying? Stop. I mean, do you realize you're on a hardcore boxing fan channel? See what I'm saying? So don't bring those weak ass talking points because they don't mean nothing. It's no hate, bro. We talk about everybody resume. So that's my thing. You know, it's like, don't bring the BS. That's what I mean by BS. You know what I'm saying? Oh, because he knocked out his last 10 opponents. Bro, anybody on Errol Spence Jr. resume can knock them dudes out. It's like, bro, stop. You know what I'm saying? It's like, can we have a grown folk conversation? You know, when we talk about these fighters, you know, all they do is all they do is pump up his resume. And it's like, bro, come on, bro. We've all watched every Bud Crawford fight. We've watched them all. You know what I'm saying? And how many people go back to watch Bud Crawford fights unless you know you're like really in the YouTube boxing? And how many casuals go back to watch Bud Crawford fights? You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Probably nobody, because he don't have good fights. He don't fight good competition. That's why his pay-per-view sucked. You know what I'm saying? That's why he failed on pay-per-view, because you got 39 fights of motherfuckers that nobody want to see you fight. See, that's what you leaving out the conversation. So you make it out like people are hating on them, but we, you know, as a hardcore boxing fan, we've watched these guys closely. And then if you think about it, it's probably more Errol Spence Jr. fans who brought his pay-per-views, Bud Crawford pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't support Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence Jr. fans support Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford is a fan, is a star, even a half a star in boxing because of Errol Spence Jr. fans. You know what I'm saying? Because we buy his pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? How many pay-per-views did he do with BOK Prime when everybody was pissed with him because he didn't sign the contract? You saw how many pay-per-views he got, right? You saw what kind of star he is, right? Right? So it ain't nobody hating on him. He hating on himself. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not acting like a guy that's the baddest in the land. You know, and that's the stuff y'all don't talk about. You know, so all y'all talk about is hate and all this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like a lot of bullshit, bro. That's like a lot of bullshit. Because nobody ain't having that, bro. We are boxing fans, you know, we're fans of Bud Crawford too. But he just moves like a weak fighter. You know, he moves like a weak fighter. And y'all call that hate. You know, let's flip the script. If Errol Spence Jr. had the same resume and did the same thing that Bud Crawford did, we'll be saying the same thing. You know, y'all just don't hold him to no standard. And that's the problem. That's where the hate comes in. y'all don't hold Bud Crawford to the same standards that other fighters be held to. You know, y'all just because he got, you know, because he move around in the ring and he moves like you like and he box like you like, you support everything. It's like the sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Like when, you know what I'm saying? Like anytime a black woman do something, they just support the shit. And it's the same with Bud. They like a sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? They just support whatever he do, and they say everybody else is jealous or everybody intimidated or nobody can stand up to, you know, to the test. It's like, bro, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That is total bullshit. You know? But I believe that he's in many cases he's overrated, and then I don't think he's ever underestimated, because everybody look at Bud like he got top skill level. It's just we just question his competition. We just question, you know, saying what level of competition. I think he's overrated. I think to the point where we give his versatility a lot more credit. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still unproven. You see what I'm saying, Sweet Signs? You see what I'm saying? He's still got to get tested. You know what I'm saying? He still haven't fought any tough fights. See, he's in 39 fights. He should have came across, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Somebody like us on the same skill level, and he didn't.
Well, this is the one. This is the one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And see,
Ain't no
that's
running
the
from it.
problem.
I mean, he getting the most focused Earl too. This is about Earl called it himself. You know what I'm saying? And he had a part to play in it too, though. For with all honesty, because Earl had a plan for both of them as a bout. You know what I'm saying? From the jump street, it was Earl's vision. So I mean, even though Crawford came in talking like he, you know what I'm saying, wanted everybody in the division, but the names he named, you know what I'm saying, was different. But we won't talk about it. But you know, but at the same time, who was it? Thurman was holding up the division with his injury, so it kind of pushed things a certain kind of way. And then, you know what I'm saying, the sides of the street happening. So, you know what I'm saying? But Earl's plan was still his plan. You know what I'm saying? And Crawford was the crown of that. You know what I mean? And now we had that. So, I mean, you still have to acknowledge the point that Earl didn't want to fight Crawford before he had, you know what I'm saying, accomplished, you know what I'm saying, his side. And that's the demolishing of we grab the belt from my boy across the pond, then you come back over, you defend, you know what I'm saying? And that's nice to give you just a defense on it and not even, you know what I'm saying, a progression from that point, but a nice defense, you know what I'm saying, in Peterson. But
well, here's a Bud troll here. He said, "You're hating if you believe nobody at PBC duck Bud." I mean, that don't even make no sense. You know what I'm saying? The boy was at top rank his whole career. He was at top rank his whole career, bro. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, Bob didn't even try to make the fight. Bob said he didn't even ask for the fight. So we'll just get him out of here because he just trolling. Because he don't know enough shit to be. You know, he don't even know enough shit. You know what I'm saying? He don't even know nothing. He don't even know nothing. You don't know enough to be annoying, bro.
I don't mind the contrarians. We can educate him. You know, as long as he's not talking disrespectfully, you can get him educated, Paul. You know, if he can hold water, he'll have some good disputes.
I mean, he's not trying to learn shit. You know what I'm saying? He just in here to troll. He just in here to troll. Yeah, he just in here to troll. You know, when they come in here with that stupid shit, it's like, come on, bro. Who in here believes that Bud was even looking for the fight when his own promoter said that shit? The nigga don't. It's hard. It was like hard to even get Bud to sign on the dotted line for anybody. You know, he didn't ask for Errol Spence Jr. when he was over there. You know, Bob Aaron already said that. So that just don't make no sense, bro. You know, it's like I never hear these things come up whenever this conversation come up. It's like, you know, Bud wasn't trying to make no damn Errol Spence Jr. fight. Bob said all he was trying to do, he was just looking for the biggest money. And that's what it was. That's why I say, you know, Bud wasn't fighting for no legacy. You know what I'm saying? That's why he stayed at top rank. You know, so all these people that bring in these false narratives about Bud, somebody ducked him. You know what I'm saying? None of the fights worked out. The Keith Thurman fight didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? He priced himself out. Then Danny Garcia, he priced himself out. Well, why Bud didn't price himself out when he was asking for, everything in the world? See, so it's different when it comes to your boy, asking for the world, and he ain't fighting none of them dudes. That would have made it worth it. That would have showed that he was worth what he held out for. Nobody said nothing about Bud Price. He getting what he deserved. Well, why didn't Danny Garcia get what he deserved? Why Keith Thurman? Why couldn't they get what they deserved? Keith Thurman was he was unified, right? But y'all ain't want to offer that man. Y'all ain't want to resend that man an offer. So, it's just their logic is just flawed, and they just want to come in here and talk shit. That's why I got to get rid of them, because nobody's trying to go. Nobody ain't trying to listen to that shit, man. That shit don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense. So, do you think Earl is overrated or underrated? Do you think? I think Errol Spence Jr. I think he's underrated. Don't you think? Just from what you hear, all people say is that he's fundamentally sound. That's all they say. He's fundamentally sound. He's got a good jab. And they just try to make it seem like they don't see the will and determination and the durability of this guy. You know what I'm saying? They don't act like they don't see how he's breaking motherfuckers in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He's breaking motherfuckers' ribs. He's breaking motherfuckers, down. Breaking orbital bones. They act like they don't see none of that, bro. It's like, so he just go in there and throw a bunch of punches and he outscores everybody. But after the fight, these dudes that go into the hospital, and they have to recover, right? So when Bud, when he knock out an opponent, they good. You know what I'm saying? After they wake up, they good. You know what I'm saying? They don't even be knocked completely out. You know what I'm saying? But EJ, he ending careers out here. And now that he's gotten into top shape, you know what I'm saying? I think he's really going to make a statement in this fight. I think this is going to be his signature fight. You know what I'm saying? I really do. What's going on, Grease with Fire in the building? What's going on, fellas? He says PPC. He says, what's going on, Jason Williams? He says, Deontay Wilder started boxing to pay for his daughter's surgery. He says somewhere along the way he started fighting for legacy. He said growth is possible, or is it a foreign concept? Well, I mean, it just depends on the fighter, right? But what do you think, Sweet Science? You think your boy underrated or overrated, EJ?
No, he's well, it depends on who you asking. If you're asking, some of the pundits and let's say the retired boxers or the commentators that some of these like ESPN or they'll say he's not what they'll say, just how they view him would make you think he's overrated, but I don't think so. He's definitely underrated. They're not attested to the defense that he displays, like he was just saying, in the pocket. And that takes skill to be there, not only just dominate someone, but even if a person could keep up to trade with him, it was I'd like to see it. His movement inside the pocket is, upstairs, downstairs, come around through, track you to the corner, not cut you off before you even try to make the hole. No, got you right here. Work you again, step back. Like, nah, I'm talking about for continuous work. And it just elevates. It elevates. But at the same time, you still got to put into account the defense, not only the offensive side, but in the midst of that, working defense. It's insane. Nah, he's underrated.
Well, we gotta ask the question. Is athletic ability, is it a skill set? And you know what I'm saying, is it like, say a boxing technique, like, double jab, hook, is athletic ability and the way you move your feet in coordination with how you box in your technique, is athletic and agility part of skill set? Or you know what I'm saying? Because I listen to Derek James, and Derek James says that Bud Crawford is more athletic than skill. You know what I'm saying he has twitch muscles, quick twitch muscles, and he depend on his reflexes and he depend on his speed. You know what I'm saying, in the ring, being able to get in and out and finding the shots. I mean, what do you think about what Derek James said?
I agree. And he's worked out and trained to the point where, you know what I'm saying, he's ready to maximize all that skill. And I can't dispute that he does. I love his angles. You know, I love his angles. You know, his leverage. He has great leverage and angle. But at the same time, he can move his feet. But at the same time, I'm gonna use a reversal. And I would hate to say that Terrence Crawford is done. I'm not saying he's done, but being educated on how to move, I want to see that chess match between Crawford and Spence, chess match of feet. Just it's a different kind of motion. Errol Spence's movement is always predicated to it. I won't say all, but it's always with the intent to offload. It may be even a volley or a step back, or you know, he may turn you something. And Crawford's doing the same thing, but matched with a punch at the speed and rate that it's gonna come. I don't think he's ready for it. I don't. Even though he's trained himself, he didn't train himself, but I don't think he's gonna be ready for the output that's gonna come for this version of Errol Spence. This is Errol Spence top form. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about mindset, thinking about family and happiness, thinking about health and training, you know what I'm saying, diet, you know what I'm saying, the experience level of every opponent that he's fought, you know what I'm saying, putting all of that into the bag. Man, nah.
Yeah, but what you think?
I see why he wanted to fight early.
But what you think about what Derek James was saying? Like there's a difference between, you know, like Roy Jones Jr., you know what I'm saying? We always talk about how fast and nobody could touch him, you know, as long as he had his God-gift ability, you know what I'm saying, to be able to hit you first and move out the way.
Do you think that's going to be this? Are you saying that Crawford is coming to that point where his athleticism is going to abate him? He's not going to have it for this fight?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But the way he fights, he depends on his God gifts, you know what I'm saying, to get him out of trouble. And I'm just trying to see, like, making that distinction, you know, is there a difference between, you know what I'm saying, what Errol does, which is fundamental, coming behind the jab, you know what I'm saying? His defense is another thing that they don't mention when it comes to Terrence Crawford. They only talk about what he can do. They never talk about his defense. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever noticed that? They never talk about his defense. His defense is his athletic ability. Yeah.
I mean, it's going to come down to that and his conditioning. The conditioning part, if he can do what it is that he do to the rate, the work rate is going to be so interesting in this. And work rate, footwork, you know, and your he already has the agility. I love it. I mean, just holding up the work rate. And taking the punishment too, though, because I mean, it's like Gervonta Davis said. If you have one fighter that has a steel or iron shield, and then another one has a glass shield, which fighter are you picking? I love that. And I'm using it verbatim, but still, in that he gotta have defense. If he don't, I mean, or just keep up his work rate.
I mean, from what you've seen of his defense. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got a baby in the background. I mean, from what you've seen of his defense, I mean, let me see. How should I put this? I mean, that's one thing he's not known for.
I mean, it's true. But he's still, okay.
But you know why that is? That's because he's so athletic. He's able to get in and out of range.
But at the same time, Paul, is athleticism against what level of competition? You know what I'm saying? Look how what's my boy name? Not Crawford. I mean, when Crawford fought, what's my name? Errol, him and Errol, but they both fought him. But he didn't train as far as he needed to. If he would have had, Sean Porter, exactly. If Sean Porter would have trained and you know what I'm saying, and had his endurance enough to compete, you know, with Crawford, he could have beat him because he was winning on scorecards. But you know what I'm saying, and I wouldn't even just say it. Now it does play a big part. You know what I'm saying? Your endurance and how much you train has an effect on how well you can do in a fight. You know what I'm saying? Especially advancing towards the later rounds. So, and Crawford used that to his advantage because he's great with leverage, great with angles. You know what I'm saying? And then he used it and caught him with great lever shots. You know what I'm saying? And coming back from 2 knockdowns is hard. Why take the punishment?
What's up, King Judah? What's going on, Charles? What's happening, fellas? Well, same question well, let's go with King Judah since he came in first. You think your boy Crawford is underrated or overrated? Same with Errol Spence Jr.
Yeah, I think Terrence Crawford is overrated, and I think Errol Spence is underrated. The reason I think Crawford is overrated is because he get a lot of course, we know what he is good at. You know what I'm saying? He get a lot of credit for the things that he is actually good at, but he also gets a lot of credit for things he's not good at, which is crazy. Like a lot of people, they give him credit for saying, "Oh man, he has great defense," and anybody who's been keeping up with Crawford knows he doesn't have great defense. A lot of people say, "Oh, he has great movement," but since he got to 47, he doesn't have great movement. He gets credit for being a switch hitter when everybody who's been watching knows he only switches one time. And he usually starts off in an unfavorable stance with the orthodox, which is he's not great in the orthodox. He switches one time to the southpaw stance, so he's not technically a switch hitter. Errol Spence is underrated because he's been known as somebody who's boring, and they says he's basic and has no boxing skills. When history has shown that he outlands his opponents and he has hit less than his opponents. I mean that's the definition of boxing: hitting and not getting hit. So. Yeah, in a nutshell, bro, Errol Spence is underrated and Terrence Crawford is overrated.
Mm-hmm. That's what I think too. You, Charles, what you think? Same question.
I agree with the same thing. I'll start with Spence. I think a lot of people really underestimate him, and they look at him as if he's just a straight brawler. But like he was saying yesterday in the Pivotal podcast, like, how can somebody who fights like that, right, never gets a scratch? We've never seen Spence with his eye busted up, or we never seen him look bad. And a guy who can fight you on the inside, fight you on the outside, he can hit you from anywhere. Basically, he can do what he wants in the ring. And, for somehow people still looks at him as a pressure fighter, and that's it. So most definitely underrated, overrated for sure. But I say that because, and not to take nothing away from him, because he still gets in the ring and he fights, like anybody else. But I mean, it's the level of competition. I mean, I'm gonna give you an example. I box in the orthodox stands, right? But if I was to give my little brother some boxing gloves, right, and tell him to come on and spar, I can probably switch stances on him because of the level of competition. So, I think that people see what they see, but they really don't really understand. You know what I mean? Because if you fight in lower competition, I mean, you're gonna be able to do what you want to do in the ring in the first place. And I think that he hasn't been tested. We've seen every sector of Errol Spence. We've seen him take a hit, and we've seen him react to certain things. We've seen him fight in many different ways, And I don't think we've seen that from Crawford, but he still is yet. A lot of people, rate him over a lot of fighters, and he's, most definitely overrated to me, because I just haven't seen him get pushed to the limit. A lot of people, they always say, well, Bud he ain't never went through this, he never went through that. But, like I always say, it's important to see your favorite fighter getting put in certain situations, because then you know what they about, you know what I'm saying? So
2 Cent Boxing, y'all subscribe to 2 Cent Boxing. You know what I'm saying? Really great content. What's your same question to you?
What up, Paul? What up, chat? I didn't
What's
hear the
that?
question. Could you repeat your question?
Is Bud Crawford overrated or underrated, or Errol Spence Jr. overrated or underrated?
Well, first I'm gonna start with Bud. Of course, Terrence, in my opinion, just to give my 2 cents, is overrated. Especially when you think about how he's rated number one pound for pound. Like he's rated number one pound for pound, and he don't really even have no champions like that on his resume, especially at 147. And I don't know if it's the propaganda surrounding Terrence Crawford, but I'm not sure what it is that people see to make him think that he's so great. He is a good fighter, and it's a lot of things that Terrence does outside the ring that makes me feel like he's overrated. The way he handles negotiations, the way he's hard to deal with, and all of those things. But just in the fact that he's rated number one pound for pound when he hasn't really even fought anybody. He didn't fight too many champions at 135. He didn't do this, he didn't do that. But yet he's still rated number one pound for pound. He don't have great defense. Yeah, he switches, but he's terrible in the orthodox stance.
Mm-hmm.
And for everybody to say, "Oh, the best way Terrence Crawford can beat Earl is if he get an orthodox stance." Well, he's definitely gonna have no chance if he does that. And it's just like he's almost like a gimmick that they just build up, and then once he get beat by Earl Spence, but you're probably not gonna hear about him no more. I don't know, but I do feel like Earl is underrated, and it's almost to the point where it's kind of disrespectful the way he's underrated. Every fight is a 50-50 fight, or Earl can't do this, or Earl can't do that. All they talk about is what Earl Spence can't do. They never talk about what he can do or what it is
Right.
that he's good at. And like I know, like upon first glance, or when you first start watching Earl, you feel like, oh, he's just coming straight forward, leaning on him and throwing body shots, and it looks that way. But once you study his style a little bit more, you will see that's not what he's doing. It's very integral and technical what he's doing, and he's shown you many different times in many different ways that he can beat people. He don't just have one way to fight. He boxed Mikey Garcia. He fought toe to toe with Sean Porter. He overcame Kell Brook when Kell Brook took his jab away. Like he's done all of these things, and it's never um he never gets the accolades for it, or he
Mm-hmm.
never gets the whatever what's the word? He just never gets he never gets the appreciation for it.
Right.
Everybody want to say how basic and simple he is, but even if you feel as though he's basic and simple, it's still amazing what he's doing. He's able to take a basic and simple style and overcome every other style that's put in front of him. And these are champions he's fighting. These are people he's taking belts from. This isn't just, oh, he was ranked number 6 in the WBC. So it's none of that. It's who got the belt, let me go get it. And he just doesn't get the respect he deserves. And I think even after this fight, I can't 100% say he'll get the respect he deserves, because it'll be all kind of excuses. Crawford was too small. Crawford was too old. Crawford was too this, and that. And so
Even if he destroy him,
even if he destroys him, it will still be something. It's like the Mayweather effect.
Mm.
I don't think so.
Damn, is that serious?
I'm sorry, but go ahead.
And it's kind of like how they do Charlo. Like you're telling me Charlo is gonna have to go up to 168 and beat Canelo to get the respect he deserves? He's already
Okay, let's talk on that. Talk on that. What if they do? You know what I'm saying? Like to talk about. Okay, we got our own community over here too. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna have something to say about it, and we got we feel about what we've seen. We gonna talk on talking points. You know what I'm saying? So it adds value to the discussion. So if they do go and do that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure how much Canelo is putting up. You know what I'm saying? Is it a catch? Is it for the undisputed? Like what was the criteria of this fight? But Errol Spence, we already know is for undisputed. And if he destroy him, well, you know what I'm saying? Even these wins is still gonna be, you know what I'm saying, a talking point that's gonna be, because we're gonna digest it and dissect the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like until the next mega. You know what I mean? And
Let Real West get in. Let him get what you think. Bud Crawford overrated, underrated. You think Errol Spence Jr. overrated or underrated? Let's get him in.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right,
Yep.
so I'm gonna start with this, man. I'm a Bud fan. I'm an EJ fan, hands down. But I'm a big fan of Bud. And until I went to that Bud Porter fight, I didn't realize how long Bud's arms was. Bud got a lot of reach, and he's able to time and pick shots and connect. With that being said, to me at 140 and 135, Bud was average. Yeah, he went undisputed, but we know he didn't fight the best at 140.
Right.
And we know he struggled at 135. So I say, with in my opinion, with EJ, there's something to be said about a man that only fights the best fights, coming off layoffs, injuries, what have you. And each opponent, he shows you something different. He can get in the pocket and slug and bang. He can outbox. He can walk you down. He can do whatever style he needs to take on to accommodate that fighter and win that fight. He does what he wants to do. And I'm still a big believer that we haven't seen all that EJ can do. All the stories we hear in the gym about him sparring Charlo and all, you know, I just feel like it's a lot more to come. And I got EJ in 10 or 11 in this fight. I think he's gonna wear him down.
But is Bud overrated or underrated?
I can't say the man is overrated. I think EJ is underrated. I can't say the Bud is overrated.
No, I mean, is he underrated or overrated? I mean, I'm asking you both. Like, is he? Which one? You don't think he's neither?
Think Bud is. With Bud, I think it's neither. I think he is who he is. I think he is the competition part. I won't call the man underrated. Well, he definitely not underrated. I won't call him overrated because regardless of who they put in front of him, he went in and did what he had to do. Even though I thought some of those stoppages he will.
Let us spill. You done finished? You done spill?
Yeah. I hand it back to you, man. Appreciate you having me.
Hey, Kareem, what you think is Bud? Is Bud overrated or underrated? EJ, is he overrated or underrated?
All right, so let's start with Bud. With guys like Danny Garcia out there, Keith Thurman out there, Udanis Ugas out there, he's way overrated. Way overrated. You can't have those guys out there in the welterweight division. Can you stop it, please? You can't have those guys out there in the welterweight division, and this guy's being called pound for pound, higher than undisputed guys like the Charlo at 154. You can't do that. And all those people out there that got him on a pound for pound list as number one should be ashamed of yourselves with that weak ass resume that he got. As far as Errol goes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We listen. Yeah, we're listening to you.
Okay. As far as Errol goes, way underrated. They've been playing him like a fiddle in the media since 2015. Like he ain't nothing special. Everything that he does. Here's an example. You got those weird ass people out there in the media and Bud fans who will say that a version of Kell Brook was better than the version of that fought Spence. Version that fought Bud was better than the version that fought Spence. Spence is the reason why that man got a second broken eye. So how is he better if one version of your favorite fighter, but he was bullshit when he fought Errol? That don't make sense. That's bad. So one guy is way highly overrated. They overrate this guy, and come the 29th, we're gonna find out. We're gonna see for sure. And even if he go in there and put up a pretty decent fight with his defense and keep himself from being knocked out and stuff like that, he's still overrated. He's still gonna be overrated because he didn't fight those other fighters. You gotta have those other fighters on your resume. With that resume, you can't be considered number one pound for pound. I mean, you may be considered number one pound for pound at the 140 division where you went and got undisputed for fighting those guys that you fought. Cool, but we're not at the 140 division no more. We're at 147. You needed those guys on your resume. You're not gonna. And it's another thing too. The variety of the guys that you fought at the time you fought them, when true boxing fans look into it, no, you can't fight Kell Brook all beat the hell up. You shouldn't have fought him. You shouldn't have been in the ring with no American. No way in hell you pick a guy who's been knocked out, knocked upside down, spent and do cartwheels and all types of weird shit. You should have been fighting him. And to give him $7 million to fight him? Oh, hell no. No, so boxing fans are going to know, looking back on you. True boxing fans are going to know, looking back on you, who you should have been fighting and who you didn't fight. And for the longest time, I saw guys calling this guy #1 pound for pound, and I'm like, well, what the fuck is Charlo then? Why is he on the list so low? You got.
Let me interject.
I was going to interject too.
I was watching the Sean Porter podcast, and they had a guy on there. I don't know his name, and he said, "Well, I helped make the pound for pound list, and the reason why Crawford is #1, he's like the reason why somebody like Crawford is #1 and not Charlo is because Crawford doesn't struggle in any of his fights." And I was like, "What?" I said, so you're telling me the reason, and then he said, because if you think about Charlo, he had the rematch with Castano, he had the rematch with this.
Man, that nigga had killers to fight. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I was like, you just don't. So you're telling me Crawford is #1 on the pound for pound list because he don't struggle in none of his fights? Y'all making it seem like he's that good to where he just have easy fights every time he's that good when that's not the case. So this is how the people are in boxing. This is how they're putting together the pound for pound list based off who's struggling in their fights. That makes absolutely no sense. One more thing I want to say is the most underrated thing about Errol Spence in this fight that's going to be the biggest difference is his mental toughness.
All right, let's get Kyron in. He just came into the chat. What's going on, Kyron?
Yo, what's up with it?
Oh, chilling. What you got? You think your boy?
I hear a lot of people say, Terrence going 12 rounds with Spence. I haven't really seen him go 12 rounds with a guy like Spence, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what's going to make it hard for him because he ain't never just had that type of pressure for 12 rounds, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of
3 minutes every round, baby.
You said what?
I said 3 minutes every round, baby. EJ make you fight.
A lot of people that say Bud gonna stop him. When has Spence ever been close to being stopped? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think Crawford is gonna come into this fight relying more on his power. Yeah. And I believe if he does that, he out of there.
And counterpunching. Power and counterpunching, but he better be great on the back foot, which I don't think he is, because EJ is gonna be maneuvering to come forward.
Yeah, look at Bud. I'm watching his media workout, and he got his hair like EJ, trying to wear his hair like EJ.
Yo, listen, right? I just went back and watched it. I just went back and watched that Hank Lundy fight.
Man,
Hank was hitting Bud all in his face in the early part of that fight.
Yeah, he was just too small. Yeah,
even though that fight was so long ago, Hank was really testing his ass in that first part of that fight.
Yo, it's D-O-double-G here. I've got.
Let's get Who's Real up in the building. What's going on, my brother? Who's Real? What's going on, my brother? Chilling.
Peace. Can y'all already?
How do you feel? How do you feel? You was a denier of the fight. Look, somebody got background noise. Y'all, somebody. Let's see. Mute your mic. Yeah. So I got some bad background noise. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't think Bud had the balls to step up to the plate, but I mean, what I was saying was, it was gonna take for Errol to give him millions of dollars in order for him to take the fight, out of his pocket, and that's what he had to do. I commend Errol for doing whatever it took. You want to walk out first. You want to have a clown come and do a show before you walk out? Go ahead, do whatever you want. Millions of dollars, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4. Here, go. I just want that belt, and I want that ass. Pause. But I think Bud is overrated, man. And when I say that, the reason why I say Bud is overrated is because, for one, they got him #1 pound for pound. All right, and to me, he hasn't proven to be pound for pound. Dude ain't fought a champion in what, 5 years?
Right.
And within these 5 years, he has been #1 pound for pound on some of these lists. Of course, not on the real niggas list, but they've been giving him, the mainstream media been giving him #1 pound for pound for 5 years. Dude haven't challenged himself at all within his 5 years. At all.
Do you think he?
It's
hyping himself
embarrassing up? Terrence Crawford should be embarrassed when somebody asks him something. He's like, "Well, when I fought Jeff Horn," and you're like, "Jeff Horn."
Right. My thing about Bud is Bud is a hype job. That's what I mean by overrated. He's a hype job, meaning he been on that top ranked program. He been on that top ranked program to where they'll fight these no names, these washed up fighters, and they'll look good against them. Shakur is going down that path as well. They'll look good fighting these bums. Meanwhile, they started calling out the top guys, but they ain't never fighting the top guys. Now, all of a sudden, just because you've been talking all this noise about the top guy, now you got a name and you look good against this lesser competition. And you got these casuals with their mindset. And I'm not attacking nobody, but you got these people who will just say, "Well, he looked good against. He can only fight the people they put in there with him." And he looked good against them. So therefore, he's the greatest. It's like,
or they trying to make it seem like, oh,
top rank protocol.
He's so good. Like, everybody's not ducking Terrence Crawford. Like, why do y'all?
Right. That's the narrative.
Yeah.
That's the narrative they push.
He's too good for all the good fighters, but he's not too good for these other subpar fighters.
And he pushed that narrative out there too. He's the one that spoke that into existence. Well, no, it was being stated, but he did say it. Man, who is that?
Now let me say this.
Somebody.
Let me say this. Errol, on the other hand, is underrated. Just look at the betting lines. He's the underdog. Everywhere you look. Yet, even though this man has fought nothing but the top guys, won't even accept anything less than the top guys. Nothing but champions. If you ain't a champion or a top ranked component, a top ranked opponent, he don't even want to. I'm not even gonna share the ring with you. That's something that Bud will not do. What you got this dude? Y'all probably remember this when Bud was like, when he was trying to explain or try to vindicate himself for fighting Avanesia. This is a top 10 opponent, but top 10 ain't in your vocabulary no more. You top 5 or better. You the number 1 pound for pound. You top 5 or better, bro. Ain't no more top 10 for you, bro. That's top 10 is when you stepping up. Top 10 is when you coming up. But now you the number 1 big dog. So it's top 5 or better. Or that's it.
It's such
ain't no
big,
avocados.
It's such a big different. It's such a big difference in between the levels of like the top 3 versus the 5 through 10. You know what I'm saying? The levels are so different that if you're a champion, you saying, "Oh, he number 6." That right there lets you know his mindset.
Yeah.
He's not no champion.
Yeah.
Like he's the worst display of a champion I've ever seen. I don't understand.
Look what he did. Look what he did when he moved up. He chose the least least champion, the bottom champion to go and fight when he came up. And even Bomac said, "Oh, we took the easy route. It was easier to go the Jeff Horn route."
Do you guys remember who was all champion at that time?
You had Errol Spence. You had Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, and I think who had Keith Thurman had 2 belts. Errol Spence had a belt, and who had the WBC? Was it Porter?
Oh, you talking about back in 2018?
It was Porter.
Y'all talk about back in 2018.
Yeah.
And even if you did take the easy route to get a belt, I mean, that's understandable. It's boxing. It's all about being strategic. But the fact that you never fought nobody else, you didn't fight Ugas, you didn't fight Porter, you didn't fight Thurman, you didn't fight Stanionis, you didn't fight Virgil Ortiz, you didn't fight nobody, and now you're gonna fight the best welterweight in the division, and you want people to believe this fight gonna be competitive? I'm not buying it. If I'm being honest, I can say the whole fight overrated.
Wow.
Earlier.
That's hard. She put a name on it too, so
Hold up, sis.
Hold on. Okay, just to come back at you on it, you don't think he's bigger competition than what's my guy from Cuba?
Ugas.
that Earl just dismantled.
No, I think Kel Brook gonna
Thank you for that 99
Or
cents.
Kel Brook.
Errol more work
I
than
mean,
Spence on
it's
that.
like if we want to sit here and if we want to follow the narratives and believe the narratives, which you kind of got to make yourself do just to be like it's gonna be a good fight. But if you really sit back and you really ponder and you think, damn, Terrence Crawford really ain't got good defense. Damn, Terrence Crawford really ain't got power like that. He ain't knocking people out. Damn, Terrence Crawford struggled with Benavidez. Damn, Terrence Crawford struggled with Gamboa. Damn, and then you just start going down, and then you sit back and think with Earl, you don't have those same doubts in your mind.
I think
Not at
Terrence
all.
just hyping himself up. He just want to hype himself up.
I
That's
got
all.
I got a
What's
question for
interesting
the I
too is
got I got a
EJ
question
said it
for the
is that it's gonna be a one sided
I
action.
got I,
He
Boxing,
said
baby.
it.
I got a question for the panel. When is the last time all the boxers, all the trainers chose one fighter, but it looks like the fans are going the total opposite way?
Tyson Fury and
It,
they cheated,
I think the fans are split down
in
the
my
middle.
opinion.
nah, fan
No, they
man,
not.
nah, they, nah,
I
nah.
don't think he got
I
that many
mean,
damn fans. I think he got people that hate
he
Earl
got
Spence
more
Jr.
haters than fans.
I think it's more Earl Spence Jr. haters than it is Bud Crawford fans. See
I
what I'm
think a
It's
lot
saying?
of
just
people
so
go
much.
off.
It's so much PBC hate that people will go with anything that's
Yeah,
against.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like the boxing media, they going with him. Vegas say Crawford the favorite. All the boxers talking. Oh, well, since the car, Rick, I think Terrence Crawford now. It's like everybody, but the fans are like, nigga, all the
Yeah, but
fans like us. We like, what the fuck?
bro, you gotta look at it like this though, bro. They've been propping this man, I'm talking about Bud, up for years as he's the greatest. You know what I'm saying? He's the best pound for pound. They gotta keep that ball rolling, bro. They can't renege now. They gotta keep that shit flowing. It's too late. They done put their foot in their mouth. You know what I mean?
And
I'm gonna
some
be
little
honest
mama,
with y'all.
some the lady on the panel said earlier. I wanted to address when she talked about the Charlo disrespect. Man,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's 2 cents boxing, Big Tony. Put your thing in the chat, 2 cents.
yeah, that is so. I mean,
Oh, she got it.
you got 3 champions coming out of Texas at the same time, all of them undefeated, and they don't really even shine a light on the fact that Texas producing this type of talent. But there have been some Philly fighters or some people coming out of the Midwest. Man, that's all you be talking about.
Somebody put yourself on. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
You know what I mean?
Money.
But if it been like New York or Philly or the Midwest, I don't think they'd be treating them like they treat these Texas fighters, man. I
The
just
video
don't
from
believe it.
earlier, with Tim Bradley, you heard him talking about how Spence is fundamentally sound and he ain't really skillful. I think it's just like the stuff you don't see. You can't really see how skilled he is. You know what I'm saying? Because he's quote unquote just a pressure fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what's interesting is when did y'all all got a chance to see the pivot?
Yeah.
Y'all got a chance to see pivot, and they was talking about how people
Yeah,
were
I saw it.
saying they were saying how Bud Crawford was the smarter fighter, and they acting like EJ is just some dumb guy that come forward. And he was saying, how does that make EJ feel? He said, man, he said people just be, so they say that because he can move around and they see the versatility, but they don't understand what he does. And I thought that was really interesting. He said he don't really care about saying what people think, because they don't understand what he does in the ring, right? And I mean, he didn't put it in those words, but that was the gist of it.
Yeah.
And that he's very basic, and what he does, he's very special off the basic things he does because of it gives him a framework to be safe defensively. It gives him a framework to operate effectively. It gives him a system to deliver his skills, and people don't understand that. You could have a basic form, but you could be a dynamic fighter. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know if they just missed that point, or because you should just know that from common sense, from watching the man in the ring, from watching how he move in the ring, from watching his defense. he's different, bro. He's special. It's not just the basic style. Even what's his name? Robert Garcia was saying. He said, don't let that basic style fool you. He said Errol Spence Jr. could do everything. He said he could do it all. He got an answer for everything. He said that's the thing that mess up a lot of fighters. They look at that basic style. They underestimate what EJ can do. You know what I'm saying? In the ring, it's like it's a lot of will determination that comes in the fight, that behind fighting. And I don't think Bud Crawford has come across anybody with the same kind of confidence, the same kind of willpower. Somebody who's stronger, somebody who can dominate the line like EJ. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just a perception to me that Crawford has more ability. It's just a perception.
And man, what about all these people talking about? Oh, I see Crawford. I see Crawford knocking him out in the 6th round, 7th round. Man, Crawford ain't got a stoppage in the 6th or 7th round in his whole career.
Crawford ain't knocking nobody out. I don't
all
even know
this
why
stoppages been late. When have you ever stopped somebody in the 6th round? When?
He's a stoppage. We talking about a stoppage. They acting like he's gonna knock him out.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
But my thing too, another thing people keep saying about Crawford that I don't think they realize is not a plus is they always saying, "Oh, I think Crawford gonna win because he got a lot of tricks in his bag." And to me, if you need tricks to win, you can't win with your skill. So the person with the skill, in my opinion, just to give my 2 cents, is gonna beat the person with the tricks. Because what happens when you run out of tricks, Terrence? What happens when you run out of tricks? What are you gonna do then?
Yeah, I've been saying this for years. Errol got Bud's kryptonite, and he's a master at it, which is a fucking stiff jab. That stiff jab is going to keep Bud at bay. He ain't going to get off. He's not going to pull counter, nothing. No pun intended, Paul. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's Bud's kryptonite is that stiff jab, and Errol gonna deliver that shit all night.
And you don't know how he gonna react when he get punished. So,
and Errol also said, man, every punch
he
don't
got a
load up,
glass shield.
Yeah.
Let me get this. Go ahead, Queen.
I've seen Crawford hit and rock, so it's just his defense is terrible, and he's not going to be able to fix it for this one fight.
Just thinking about Gamboa, what Gamboa did to him, it's just like, damn.
See, Gamboa couldn't fight with him because Crawford was too long. He could pot shot. See, he did better when he could use his speed and pot shot Bud. But when one Bud turned it into a fight, he was just too good for Gamboa on the inside. And but Gamboa was quicker than Crawford in that fight, if you remember.
Gamboa keep his hands down and can just walk straight in. Like, I don't know why he does that.
That's because he was so fast. He used his reflexes. That's why Bud turned it into a brawl, because he was losing the boxing match.
A lot of people say he grew into the welterweight division, but his chin didn't though.
But that's another stupid shit people say.
Y'all, let me get the super chat. Y'all. Jay Wash, thank you for that $4.99. It goes to the channel. He says EJ has continually said this is a 50-50 fight on paper, said for a reason. He said he is going to expose the truth. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
And then, if you think about when people have conversations with Errol Spence and they're like, "Oh, what's your toughest fight?" And it's not like a throw your hands in the air moment. Like when you ask Terrence Crawford, "Oh, what's your toughest fight?" He like, "Oh, Gamboa." You like, "Oh my God!" Like throwing your hands in the air. Like, how are you number one pound for pound and Gamboa your toughest fight?
Hey, a media day. He said today is Ricky Burns.
You know what the follow-up question should be after they ask him that, and he say Gamboa?
What's going on, Pedro? Mm-hmm. Go ahead, bro.
You know what the follow-up question should be? Well, why are you on the pound-for-pound list? Nobody is asking these questions. Like, how are you considered the best of the best if you think Gamboa was your toughest fight?
That's how delusional he is. He will say that out of his mouth. Like,
these guys.
Okay, even past. Who would you guys say his toughest fight? I mean, if his answer is Gamboa,
no toughest fight,
right? But he's had difficulty in the fight too.
I'm fucking dead, yo.
Yeah, hey man,
that's what's crazy.
That's because all
that he's had difficulty
propaganda, man. Max Kellerman, him. Oh, he's the greatest fighter since sliced bread. Oh, Terrence Crawford, he's switching. Like, man,
I think a lot of
propaganda.
people just go off what he did in his. I think a lot of people go off what he did in his other weight classes, which is not the case in this fight.
Propaganda works,
Well,
man.
it's
All you
not
gotta
just
do
that
is
either. I mean, he had great people that set up his fights because he knocked out everybody that he's had at 47. So that on top of being a
He didn't knock
multiple,
out
you know what I'm
everybody.
saying? The
He knocked
illusion
out
is
one.
set solid, you know what I'm saying? And then with his skill set, the illusion is set solid. It's for this fight to go ahead and knock that illusion into the dirt.
my
But I
question
mean,
is,
the
my
illusion is
question is,
set.
hey,
Jerron Ennis
hey,
is who
hey,
Crawford wants to be. When you watch Jerron Ennis fight, he knows he's fighting lesser competition, and we
It's
know
what
he's
EJ
fighting
said
lesser
too.
competition. But
Smoking mirrors.
he
Sorry.
performs. He leaves no question. He leaves no doubt. We're not waiting on Ennis to get a big fight to see if he's as good as we think he is. We're waiting on Ennis to get a big fight to see if he can beat. Is he elite? Is he really elite? We're still waiting to see if Terrence Crawford is good as he think he is, let alone to decide if he's elite.
See, that's the perks of having big machine pushing
so
behind him.
so on the 30th, what will the headline be after Spence put that one-sided ass whooping down? What will the boxing scenes and all the boxing media, what would they be saying about
Crawford was
Spence?
too small.
Now think about this though.
What's
Now,
your
now he got such a promotion from ESPN. He had some big fights. You know what I'm saying? Considering who he fought, but why didn't none of his pay-per-view sell? Why none of his
Because he
pay-per-view?
not fighting nobody. He don't got nobody to pay
Exactly.
per view with. He don't got nobody to pay per view with. I mean, at least fight ex champion or do something. Just be like, oh, well, I fought him. He was this champion.
Hey, you
Do
remember
something
Yeah,
random.
I'm watching it.
you
Yeah,
remember the Sprite commercial, don't it? Never had it, never will.
yeah.
So
I'm watching the workout media at the same time, and he ain't doing shit, but just a little the
Me
media
too.
workout day shit.
who holding the mitts? Is it Bernie or is it
Oh, Matt got his big round circle.
Yeah, that nigga look like, oh my god, he look like
Hey,
Fat Albert.
I
hey, you
don't
gonna
know
knock
how to know
Cheeto
he a
dust off
trainer,
that
man.
nigga sweater. He gonna hit him in the stomach and knock Cheeto
But
dust off of it.
I
the
wouldn't want
shit
nobody
he
to
look
know he
like
a
he
trainer
posed.
to be a fighter.
I mean, not that you have to wear
Yo,
fancy clothes, but that nigga look posed as a motherfucker. He look
yo,
broke down.
pool,
Well, let me ask you, do
man.
y'all think that the lights and the bright lights and all of that would affect Terrence this fight? Like he's never done an all access. He's never had this type of media attention. Do y'all think that's having an effect on him, considering he doesn't really like media attention? From what
Well,
my
I'm just
understanding.
I think it
I'm
might
just
be
tripping on this nigga got EJ hairstyle. That's what I'm tripping on.
What? That nigga got a shag.
No, he got his hair like all knotted up, growing out
Yeah.
like EJ. I'm like, bro, what's going on here? You trying to turn into EJ? You going in the mirror and shit, talking about man down?
Man.
Right now he just bouncing around, and Bomac has got the little baton things, and
Did he
they
ever
just.
give an accurate list of his sparring partners? The whole thing is that out there, y'all?
Oh, I just know Carlos Adames. I just know he sparred against Carlos Adames.
I know ain't
Okay.
nobody he sparred gonna get him ready for what's coming. I know he wasn't thinking Carlos Adames. Man, Carlos don't fight nothing like EJ.
Yeah, but he's strong, and I guess he figured he's trying to
Pressure.
get used to pressure. Mm-hmm.
A pressure fighter. I mean, that's closest. Well, I
There
wouldn't
you
say
go.
closest, excuse me for that, but
That boy be working on them
that has
pivots.
that technique that he got to work against. So it's good to get that kind of training off of that. Slickness, if he get in there with Shakur, you got to be a little slick.
Man, EJ said when he
Adding
was in
his
the
own.
hospital. EJ said when he was in the hospital after the car wreck, that Al Heyman came to the hospital room and he said, "Give me that Crawford fight."
Who do y'all think?
Man, I wish I knew the rest of them.
Who do y'all
He
think?
looks sharp. He looks sharp. When you shadow boxing, you look sharp as hell.
It ain't.
See, he had to get Bomac out the way. He said, "Let me go ahead, and you ain't going to keep up with that."
Yeah, I was just saying, he kicked Bomac out the ring.
Who do
Yeah,
y'all
because
Man, I'm
think?
telling you like this.
he be looking like he barely making it, man.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, man. As soon as EJ dropped that big left over the top on him one time,
What is
he
he
feel
fighting,
that
y'all?
big.
He fighting Southpaw?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
ended with a
when
body
he
shot.
feel when
Was
EJ
he
hit him
just
with
fighting
that
Southpaw?
Sloppy as hell.
when
He
EJ
fighting
hit him with
Southpaw,
that
huh?
when EJ hit him with that big left, man,
No, orthodox.
he gonna run the rest of the fight.
Uh-huh.
That nigga gonna be
Well, you
scared to
know,
get touched.
Crawford is weak to the body. I think this one's gonna end with a body shot.
Look at his homie over in the corner.
who that?
He weak to the body, but he not scared of
See
a
how you
body
can't?
shot.
You better not do that against
Look at Bernie. Look at
You
Bernie
see how
ass
he
over
kind of
there
slipped
talking.
across the ring?
Check this out. Look at Bernie. Look how he be rocking back and forth talking shit.
Yeah, Bernie did drop the video today. He went in.
Crawford look good though, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna admit that I am a Terrence Crawford fan. Obviously, I know his whole resume. I've been following him and all of this. But if he puts up a
Man, you
good
say that
fight,
as a fan. You destroyed this man. You a fan?
but I'm still a fan though. But you gotta understand, even if you like somebody or hate somebody, you still can
Bro,
be their
shit, you
fan.
gotta be lucky
Real
she ain't your
talk.
enemy.
You heard
No,
me.
Damn.
Yeah.
We all
Hey,
still fans. All of us in this chat is still
Yeah,
fans
I'm a
of
fan.
Terrence Crawford.
You're right.
We
I'm a
know
yeah,
all
fan
I'm a
of
his
him.
fan.
business.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
try
but
to give this props too because he got great leverage. He got great angles, man. So and he's strong.
hey,
He
So
got
I'm
great business skills.
hey, y'all, Bernie the boxer said he can't stand Derrick James' bitch ass.
wait, it's on YouTube. Who posted
Yeah.
it? His
Yeah.
Yeah,
own.
but look at this. Who is he? He's just a
Why
hype
he
man.
mad?
He's at the hyping.
What
He
he
hyping
just say?
Bud right now. He just yelling from the corner.
He
You know
just
that
talking
nigga that
like
was with Muhammad Ali said, "Rumble, young man, rumble." That's him.
but I'm just saying he like, yeah, that Derrick James, I can't
Bug
stand his
dude,
bitch ass.
what I didn't know his name. What name?
Oh
Fundini,
man.
something like that.
But them niggas delusional though, man.
He keep that arm out there like that, man. He gonna have problems.
That's how you
They,
fight. That's
they
how you
He
whole
fight.
keep that
team is
arm out there. He gonna
delusional.
have problems.
That's how the nigga fight, man.
Man, EJ gonna hit that nigga in the arm, the shoulder, the throat,
Neck,
the sternum,
yeah.
the neck, every motherfucking word, nigga. That nigga gonna take it. He
Ever
gonna
with a
think
hip
his
bone.
mama he gonna think his mama that hopped in the ring with a belt.
They gonna be mad, boy. Oh, they gonna be hurt. Right now, they gonna be hurt. He said, "Oh my God, my baby." This man is
Nah,
not
they ain't gonna
prepared
be
for
hurt,
this.
man. Man, think about this right here.
Man, if that boy got that glass shield, we didn't see him go up against the power with some of these other guys, man. And he be flinching. He got swole eye up against the power that Errol Spence is about to unleash on this boy, man. Come on, boy. He better than.
Hey, I'm gonna ask y'all a question. What would upset y'all more? If you were a boxer, if you lose the fight, or if when you go to the bank that damn check don't clear, which would piss you off more?
That damn check
Now,
not clear.
I mean, now one thing. Now one thing you notice when you watch him shadow box, he's giving a lot of different looks. You know what I'm saying? He's giving a lot of feints, a lot of different looks. I think that confused a lot of the lesser opponents because he gives so many different level changes and stuff like that.
He gonna feint his ass into a jab. That's all he gonna do. Man, that jab break up a lot of that bullshit, man. When that
I see what you're saying.
straight jab coming
Yes,
up in
sir.
there.
And he bringing that thing stiff too. Straight up, ain't no little patty waddy thing. Nah. He bring
Yeah,
them
yeah,
bitches on the jet.
that jab is a motherfucker, man. It's like
Yeah.
it throw your
It's
rhythm
like
off.
it's power.
Yeah,
If
you
he
like to
not
get
up
it.
under that guard, I mean, he got so many spots still open because once EJ closed the distance, it's just, well, we'll
You
see
know
as
what
he
I love
progresses.
about
He
EJ though? This
fight from
man
inside.
This man said, I'm trying to hit you. I'm just trying to touch you. It ain't got to be a power shot every time. I'm just trying to touch you. And I respect that from him.
Crawford like to get into a rhythm where he's like kind of like a snake charmer, rocking back and forth and side to side. He like to get into a little rhythm like that. That kind of throw people off, man. But somebody that's stepping forward, throwing a jab, man, you ain't gonna even have time to get into no damn rhythm, trying to get yourself into a rhythm. You in a
Are you?
damn fight, nigga.
Yeah,
You
I
in a
think
fight.
early on EJ gonna be ready for his counter and speed?
Man,
Because
he gonna be
EJ
on
coming to throw. He coming
man.
to throw, and Terrence Crawford is a
Crawford
counter
needs
puncher.
space. Crawford needs space to extend his goddamn punches, man. EJ throws short choppers, man. So when EJ get close to him, them short choppers, they hurt. They stinging like a bitch.
Well, you see what he working on. He working on when you throw. He's trying to count them in combination. So look like when EJ, if he misses a shot, he's gonna try to throw. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3 shots after you throw. See you.
Nice
Watch
defensive battle right there. They're both loading up on their combinations like that.
Yeah,
exactly.
He gonna get his ribs broke doing that. That's what them body shots do. They
But he gonna have to guard against the return fire too. That's gonna be I hope he live up to the billing, man. I know y'all saying that it's not even what my girl say, the fight is even not worth it, but nah.
I think this fight is not going to be as competitive as you think, but I
And counterpunching.
I want it to be. I want this fight to be super competitive, but I think after a couple rounds, I just don't see what.
Nah, hey sis, man, I
Let
would agree with you.
me
Right,
get this
sis?
super chat. Thank you, hi Hawaii, for that $2 sticker. I appreciate that. Go ahead.
Yeah, my fault, fool. But I agree with you, sis, a little bit. But I honestly think Errol gonna carry this shit into the 10th, 11th round. He really want to beat this boy ass. He said he gonna beat his ass, man. So he gonna carry this fight like how he did with Mikey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm saying 10.
I don't think so.
I'm saying 10.
I do. They try to make this money. They try to make this a trilogy fight. You got to think big business on top of this too. You know what I'm saying?
But
you gotta think
look
about
at
Earl's
he's trying to concentrate on blocking on inside and shit. So he can look like he's gonna try to fight on the inside, bro. Look like he's gonna try some inside fight. That's what he's. If you saw all
He
that
better
shit
not
he was
start off
doing,
like that.
You better
not start off like that.
I'm sorry, I ain't mean it.
It can come at some point in the fight, but he better not do that starting out.
I seen some inside blocking drills he's working on here.
That could be the part in that he's in and training. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's got his, you know what I'm saying, distance down, and now he's just showing that
Man,
this is the end game.
Hey, EJ let them things
Because we close to the fight.
down. EJ go up, down, side, up, down, left, right. Man, nigga throw punches, hit you all over your goddamn body. Ain't no blocking drill.
And at the same time countering
Is this the style?
with defense.
Hey, 2-cent boxing. This is the way they wear their hair nowadays. I mean, this how they wear their hair.
Yeah, the more you can look like a heathen, the more the shit look good nowadays.
Hey yo, yeah. Nah, that nappy head look is in again, man. That's what these.
This training time, yeah, this training time. And then you get sharp for the fight. Look good, perform good.
Mm-hmm. And it ain't even cold. Why is he wearing a cold weather hat? Bo Mac, why are you wearing a cold weather hat?
You trying to lose some pounds too?
Hey, y'all be seeing when Bo Mac be sitting down, bro. He be resting his arms on his belly. That shit be heavily rolling, bro.
Let me get this super chat. Robert Emily Jones, thank you for that $5 super chat. Goes to the channel. He said after Inouye and Bud lose, they're gonna have Usyk #1 pound for pound. Ring Magazine already has him #1. They're not going to give EJ credit, and that shows you bias right there, because in order to keep them folks #1, they had to include the heavyweight division. Pound for pound, the whole reason you got the pound for pound criteria is because the heavyweight division is a division in its own. The leader of the lead in boxing. So you had to have a pound for pound to compare the small guys to who could be the best in the world. So you're not supposed to put heavyweights in with the pound for pound list that was made to compete for, if you was the same weight, could you beat everybody in the world? How do you compare to your style? So for them to put Usyk in, that's cheating. in a pound for pound list. That's cheating. You don't put the heavyweight on the pound for pound list. It's like they act like we missed that. They act like we don't see that shit. You know, so you're not supposed to do that. You know,
Who's this guy that's in the ring with him, y'all?
It's like
uh,
he's training to come out in the orthodox too, man.
who is that the little Japanese looking dude? He always be training. I don't never see. I want to see Bo Mac do that shit for photo op. That little Japanese dude always be training Bud.
I thought he was Mexican or something.
Oh yeah, he could be.
He called it-
Why he got somebody in the ring with him?
Yeah, he
He
got. That's a
shot.
couple.
Is he shot? What's going on? He can't. What? Why would he? This is his. Is this guy on the undercard, y'all? Is that in his camp?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah, that dude. He be taking pictures with him all the time on his Instagram. He says, so August, what's going on? Same fight, different round. What's up, bro? Salute to you. He says, Bud
This
hit
live,
you in
man.
all your damn hips and shoulders, neck, and some more shit. He said, Bo Mac done dumbass need a real diet before something happened to him. Yeah. He looked like he on the verge, nigga. Looked like that nigga got diabetes 3.
God bless him.
Man, you know, these media workouts, they don't be that impressive, you know. He said, Pool, he said, them people think they can do what the fuck they want to think. He said, what they want to think, we ain't paying attention to the BSA. There's no doubt. It's like, I ain't coming on here to argue with motherfuckers that they know they tripping. Like, so this shit don't even look right. It's a low ass. There ain't no energy. It ain't no energy in it.
we all seen Errol workouts, and his energy ain't the same, bro.
What's up, honey?
I'm about to get up out of here, Pooh,
Hello.
man. Y'all take it easy.
All right, my brother.
They should be in there.
I didn't. Somebody had to tell me that he was working out today. I didn't even know.
You gotta really look for it. They in there.
Who is it? What's going on, Gantz? This is a pool. Once EJ start dropping them spicy Jamaican oxtails on them ribs, he says over. Yeah, he putting that work in though. You know, he look like he in shape. Look like he in shape. I don't know how long this here gonna go. Probably for another hour or so. He says, Jermaine Wood says, I got. Say what, bro? What you say?
You start calling him Skeletor right now.
Somebody was talking about EJ. They were saying how he looked like he was drained or something. I said, bro, all boxers look drained when they cutting weight, bro.
It's not dry. Roll out.
Let me see. Let me see. Pedro says Bud has never had to do workouts for the media. This is his first. You know what? That's a good observation, bro. I mean, that's right. You never seen a Bud media workout like that. They say he got them neck bones in them goddamn gloves.
Yeah, he got good structure.
Mm-hmm. Andre said,
"It's gonna be a good fight, bro. It's gonna be a good fight, man."
Workout. That's what I'm waiting on. I don't do that. I think they have different days.
It's tomorrow.
Do they show them? Yes, tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, anybody catch that yet?
Say what, bro?
Did anybody catch that yet?
Test what?
You stop hitting me. Go downstairs.
Oh, he arguing with the kid.
No, I said, did anybody catch that yet?
What that?
When the guy with the vest on throw a punch at him, Crawford is throwing a punch. Like everybody said, he's gonna try to punch in between the punches. He's right. Yeah, look, check it out. Watch for it.
Oh, we know that's what Crawford do anyway. That's what he do. He wait for you to punch. You're a counter punch.
That's a bad
I
plan.
wonder if I'm behind. I'm on mid work.
Yeah, that way I'm on too.
That's a stupid plan. That's a stupid plan. He's practicing combinations and punching with punches.
I don't know my camera, but this motherfucker forearm look like Popeye.
Yeah, I'd say he got big arms.
He got him big old forearm.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He got the power, but does he have the stamina and the durability though at the same time?
Well, it don't really matter. It don't really matter about your power if you, you know what I'm saying. If you,
got some pop and stamina.
If you durable and you know how to make a motherfucker miss, you got a jab. You come behind a jab. You know, so it really don't matter. You know, I think.
You think his jab looks stiff enough? He ain't even really showing the jab. It's countering it.
Well, I think EJ could take his power anyway. I think he could take that power. You know, so I don't think Bud hit no harder than Danny Garcia.
Yeah, he truly haven't been proven to take anybody's power.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I got Spence winning, but do you think
this? You think Bud will try to do what?
Leonard Hagley. Yeah, probably.
I said, do you think Bud will try to cheat?
Nah, not in this fight. I mean, hitting him low.
You never know. Motherfucker might be feeling. He might feel some kind of way. It depends on how this fight
we had
goes.
the issue with the Avenesian gloves, and I kind of felt like he was practicing cheating for the fight.
I mean, if it's that same glove, EJ endorsed by that company, so I doubt they'll come with some Fugazi gloves, and he working with them. You know what I'm saying? He started working with Everlast, and that's who had the gloves. So I don't think that'll be a problem. But
TZ Frank to my book workout week is
not cheating like that. Because, you know, I was thinking you meant on the sense of, you know, EJ is good for hitting you right on that line, you know what I'm saying, on your hip bone or whatever. If he takes offense to it, he might, you know, or try to do it in himself, hit him low, be frustrated by that jab.
Silas the Artisan says Bernie hyping up Bud is the only reason that give it an old school feeling. Yeah, he over there in the corner and shit, hyping it up.
Mm-hmm. Leave that jab out there too long. I don't know if he's trying to get power behind to get it stiff. If it take that much leaving it out there to be stiff, he already getting hit to his body.
He just muscle memory.
Gotta have some pop with it, my boy. Because he leaving it out there.
Let me see. Lindsay Wade 7 says this is going to be like when someone lie on their resume and get to the first day and
yeah. I hope not, though. I hope not. I hope it's a battle. I hope not.
But you know, one thing about Bud, he's good at changing the power and speed on his and timing on his punches, and we're just watching that, you know, play out. We're watching what he can do. See how stiff that jab is? That left jab. He gets some really good power from a short distance. I'm like watching him hit the bag.
Do y'all think Crawford is retiring after this fight? I think he's gonna retire, win or lose.
Yeah, I got the rematch. Well, depending on how bad EJ punish him. If he, you know what I'm saying, if they both punished, we'll get a rematch. Or if they both, you know what I'm saying, we'll get the rematch because, you know, that's a nice bag out there just sitting. But it depends on how great the punishment is. It's worth it.
This is crazy. That dude ain't shut up yet. He's still talking.
Who's that?
That's his job. Shit, that's his job to run his mouth.
It must really be his job.
That is his job, to run his mouth.
He ain't talking to nobody. He just talking and pointing. That's crazy.
Yeah, while working out. Yeah, that's true too.
Man got him a hype man. That's crazy.
Yeah, he looked like he's trying to increase that work rate. You're right, Stylist Artisan. He looked like he's punching he said you can also see Buzz punching for volume while working out. Bad move.
Yeah, especially after he put on all that muscle. You're gonna fatigue very quickly with all that muscle and you trying to throw more punches and
That's
move
a
around and do all this extra shit you're not used to doing.
while being
that,
hit.
that's a good point. That's a good point because you can see how he done bulked up. His arms
How
done
much y'all
bulked
think he
up.
gonna try to wrestle? That's the wrestle, man. That man gonna want to wrestle. You watch.
Do
He
y'all want
gonna
to hear
want
a
to
theory
wrestle.
I got? Y'all want to hear a
Yeah,
theory I got? All
you
right,
see how
listen.
big his arms are, nigga, for the grip. You could put your ass in the vice grip.
Yeah, he
I
gonna want
got
to wrestle. Watch.
I got this theory because my sons box at this gym and they do jujitsu in the gym. And the guy was telling me that when you hold in jujitsu, it doesn't matter your size. Like they got small women that can clutch and hold men and be able to move them around in the clutch because it's
What
not
is
about
it?
your size and strength, it's about your position. So I seen a picture that Terrence Crawford posted when he was in Thailand. And I put together this conspiracy theory that Terrence Crawford went to Thailand to learn how to do those holds, jujitsu style, so that he's in the clinch with Spence. He's kind of able to hold them more and be able to have more control since Spence is bigger and stronger than him. But I still
You
don't think
see,
it's gonna work.
I want y'all to notice how he's coming like EJ be coming in. You know what I'm saying, with his head down like that. You see where he jabbing at, right? I mean, I
That's the
don't know what
clinch right
part
there.
y'all.
Y'all seen the clinch? Y'all seen the clinch? Why he ain't doing nothing? He wasn't throwing no punches. He was just right there. He was kind of like that was the clinch right there
I'm still on the pad where he's punching the pad.
with Bomac,
Uh huh.
the big red one. Yeah, if you would have seen it, like he paused for a second and he was just kind of moving his arms right there in that spot. He didn't punch the bag no more. He was just right there. That was the clinch.
Rome the plug said they had like that nigga punch like Wilder. He said I've seen people hit Spence low, and then it was like he was like he had steel balls.
So what does Terrence Crawford have to do to beat Spence?
Pray for a
he
man.
has
I mean,
he
you
has
want
to
with
fight.
honesty?
He has to
Yeah,
fight
I
and knock
mean,
him out. He has to fight and knock him out. Have to
Nah,
catch him.
he
That's a miracle.
Go- He gonna have to. He don't have to get inside, and he
he
gonna
gonna
have to
work his
fight.
job.
He gonna have to fight
Work
him. He
rate
gonna have
gonna
to
have to
catch
be good. If the work rate is not as good, he gonna have to clench his ass off at the proper moments and make it like a grimy fight, not like you know what I'm saying, everybody wide open like that tussle more so fight, come off of it, and you know what
so
I'm
it's gonna
saying,
have to be
like
like a quarter fight.
nah, he can't leave himself that wide open with EJ. Porter had them short arms where he had to continue to try to reach up against Crawford. Let EJ gonna be right there. You know what I'm saying? They, you might as well call it the same. You know what I mean? I know because EJ is bigger. You know what I'm saying? With EJ being bigger, but Crawford got long arms, it's basically a wash. You know what I'm saying? So, and we already know EJ work rate. So, but he gonna have to clench his ass up because EJ is cutting off the ring. There's no circling. There's no continuing to, you know what I'm saying, move it out of distance. You know, it's just like what's his trainer name said? He said you're gonna have to fight. Even what's his name said it too. The other boxer. When EJ chooses to fight you, you gonna have to fight it.
Yep, yep. He did say that. Yeah, EJ. He if he dictates the pace, and I think he will, he gonna end Crawford. He's gonna dictate the pace.
To win the fight, he got to clinch. He can't just leave it a wide open fight, or unless he then ran. You know what I'm saying? He at the 30-mile mark, you know, consistently. I'm running 30. I'm running 30. I'm running 30. I'm running 30. He's just running 30 miles. And his win is just exceptional.
There you go with that pivot shit. Who was the other dude in the ring?
That's God damn it.
So how many trainers and shit does
I just watched.
They
I
had it
know what
on
you're saying. I know.
something
Uh,
like four.
yeah, something like that, like folk train. I know what you're saying. Like, who are all the other damn people? But he been having them though. It ain't like you know what I'm saying. He been having them. They just don't get no shine.
That guy he got in the ring with him is his sparring partner. or one of the guys he uses sparring partner, and
Mhm.
he's slow as dirt. I just watched him in a fight. I can't remember what the last time he fought, but it was recently.
And I've been hearing about the people
Boring ass fight. Boring
Crawford
ass
been
fight.
sparring. It's not like he's not even preparing properly for this fight.
Well, this is a little media day workout, and some people don't put their all into the shit. Or
I never hear like champions or people like, oh, I sparred Crawford. You know how everybody be like, oh, I sparred with Spence and he this and that. I sparred with Spence and he this and that. I don't see a lot of people coming forward like, oh, I sparred with Crawford. Or if they do, they not no big names like Spence sparring with Charlo and Roner and all these top people. I don't really ever hear about Crawford sparring with top people. Not that sparring means anything, but I'm just saying.
Wait to see the intensity that Errol's going to have in his media workout. You'll see
I
the
wish
difference.
I wish Brian Norman Jr. jump over the goddamn rope. That dude look like an actor or some shit.
Crawford look a little tired. What do you got going on?
Yeah, his shirt drenched, so he must have been, working out for a while, doing jump rope, all that shit. Crawford look like Country Wayne, don't he?
A smaller version.
Mm-hmm. That motherfucker look like Country Wayne. Let me see. Let's see what the people saying. Yeah, man, this media workout. It's a workman like it ain't nothing exciting though. He said, Bomac, stay hungry. He said, shirt has a mouth on it. Ain't that the truth? He looked like, boy, I bet he tired as hell too. I bet he hates doing this shit here because he got to actually look like he working. He said 36 versus 32. EJ is not going down, no doubt. So Cop Killer says, wide back Womack is slow as hell, moving like a fat ass snail. For sure, man. I don't know. That's probably why he got so many other trainers. I don't think Womack could sit. I don't think he could stand up for long.
No, hell no.
I think they there more for more emotional, moral support, shit like that. Say, bro, working that jab. Yeah, that look like he gonna be opening up the jab, uppercut. That's the uppercut.
I think he's gonna really try to fight on the inside. I really think
that's what I said. Didn't I say that? Andre,
I don't see how that's gonna work.
Because he damn sure can't bounce around for no damn 12 round. But see, he gonna really try to use that speed to get on the inside and slip shit.
He gonna get caught. You see, he's gonna get caught.
You see how he's slipping on the inside? You see how he's trying to slip around on the inside? Trying to pivot.
Yo, Porto, but look at how slow this is, though.
Well, this is for muscle memory. I mean, he can't do it in real time.
But he's gonna have to pick this pace up. But look how slow this is, though.
Yeah, that's for muscle memory. It's for muscle memory.
Just like what she just said, he's gonna be tired moving around like this.
But that's how he fights.
Look at his small legs. Look at his small legs. Earlier, when he was throwing straight jabs at Bomac, he came off balance. He threw a straight jab, and when it landed, his leg lifted up off the ground.
Yeah, his fundamentals ain't the greatest.
It's
but
bad
because he got a bunch of tricks.
I mean, I see the.
He's gonna go right back to fighting the same way he fights normally once they get in the ring. Watch. This is sad.
That's right, because you go back to what you know. As you start getting falumaloom.
Just like how Deontay Wilder did in that Tyson Fury fight. He came out there jabbing to the body. By third round, he was out there trying to land that right hand.
What you say? Agree with Five says hopefully Bomac get Bomac make it to the fight. Do not look good at all the mouth breathing. And Roman Emily Jones with salute says Bud said he's better than EJ in everything, and he's not worried. I know, isn't that something?
Look how close it is to the fight now, and just maybe about 5 minutes ago, I seen Bud pause when they took that little break. He was breathing. He was breathing through his mouth, but he's somewhere where he's supposed to be getting exercise and empowering his lungs. But he was just breathing through his mouth.
Because he got all that muscle. I'm telling you, that was a bad idea.
He looks tired.
That's kind of like when Deontay Wilder gained all that muscle. I said, man, you better. Yeah, when you fight better, when your ability to outspeed people is what keeps you at heavyweight. All that gaining muscle shit ain't gonna help you.
This guy has the look in his eyes of tired. Like when I work out and I get to the point where my body is tired, I have that same look. My eyes is wide open. He has that same look. If y'all pay attention closer, yeah. Who is this guy, man? I can't remember his damn name. What? I'm getting tired of seeing this guy's face, man. Damn. Anybody figured out this guy's name?
It ain't Brian Jennings. What's your name, Ben? That ain't Brian Jennings.
I was thinking that, but I just watched this guy fight.
Yeah, I just watched Brian Jennings do a prediction. He did. I saw Brian Jennings do a prediction. Brian Jennings, why is Brian Jennings still around? I mean, he done got his ass beat every year.
Maybe that was last year when he fought. Yeah, that was last year when he fought.
Bud Crawford have only a puncher's chance, so he can't run. This is Sean Kramer said Bud would try to fight EJ just like he fought David Avenesian. What's going on, PhD Big Dog? What's going on, my brother?
David Avenesian was catching.
PGH Big Dog. Say what now? That was it?
I said David Avenesian was catching all the shots.
I know they act like he got Floyd Mayweather defense or some shit. Every time they talk about Bud, they only talk about what Bud can do to EJ. They never talk about what EJ can do to Bud. That EJ is going down as one of the GOATs. I think so too.
EJ being overrated or underrated. EJ don't have the same problems as Crawford. Nobody is asking EJ to defend his resume. Like nobody is doing that. They might be like, "Oh, you fought Kell Brook, his eye was hurt too," but he's never in interviews defending who he's fought because he doesn't have to because he's a champion. When you're a champion, there is no defense of your resume. There's no need to defend that.
Kell Brook was passing the eye test as well. You could just see it. You know what I'm saying? It's different from when you punching a guy all over his face and it takes so many rounds to get that. It didn't take that much punishment to get Kell Brook to tap when Crawford was fighting with him. So I would say in the eye test, he had more stamina. He was in better shape and those type things.
Tell you what though, boy, it take a lot of goddamn.
You look tired.
I never feel say it take a lot of stamina.
He looked tired, and he gonna be taking all them body shots. He gonna be done. His endurance is not where it needs to be.
You remember what Derek James said about the way that EJ practices when he has the same amount of snap that he's going to apply in the fight when he's doing his mid work and everything. He puts that much power and snap on it. He's not putting no snap on nothing. He's throwing.
I see how Bud responds to being hit. Yeah, exactly. That's what they need. They need to get somebody to hit his ass up in there. Let's see that. What's going on? Oh yeah. You can get a link. Yeah. I just didn't have it at the bottom. There you go. Loyal to the game in the building. What's happening, bro?
Here, boy, take the gun. You ain't gonna leave me alone. Take the gun.
I'm taking it.
And do not shoot your mom. You heard what I said.
So he's putting in that work now though. I know he's tired. That's some UFC. What's going on, lawyer to the game in the building? What's going on, my brother? What's happening?
I'm good, Paul. How you doing, brother?
All right. I had that same guy, Green, that came over there to y'all knockout. He had came over here with that bullshit.
Yeah, I heard.
Uh,
I heard. I came in at the tail end, and he hurled an insult on his way out the door.
what's wrong with that guy? He got some mentally ill dudes that be watching boxing.
Boxing, yeah, man. That's why I slowed down. I'm like, some of these guys make me have less and less humanity, man. It's just I'm like, man, niggas like this, but
It's like we got to weed them out. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to have a cleansing
yeah,
or something.
facts, man.
Do y'all see
This
how
fight is
small
just
Crawford
it.
legs is?
Shit, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that media workout, man.
Me too.
I think I think I'm like in a way I'm like the fighters right now where I don't even want to look at his workout. I just want them to fight at this point. I'm tired.
Right,
I,
right.
I don't care what he's throwing. I don't care about none of that. And I said this before, and you just mentioned it recently that Crawford fans don't think about what can he take. They so used to him just dishing shit out. The question is, can he take it? And I just don't believe he could take it. I don't. I don't see it. Uh, I don't see it,
And,
man.
and they seem to ignore the fact that, and I keep saying this, and I know it's a broken record, but he haven't fought this level of competition before.
Right.
Yeah, it's like that's a big deal. That don't phase them at all. They just because you want them to acknowledge that they think that's hate. No,
Yeah.
you're supposed to be a boxing fan. You're supposed to be calculating that into your decision making. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What kind of opponents have he fought? Oh no,
Right.
Bud, he gonna
Right.
just be able to do this. He just gonna be able to elevate his game way past EJ. Like how, nigga? If
The
you never
Mikey
had,
Garcia theory.
Right.
The Mikey
Right.
Garcia theory.
The triangle theories and the Porter theory. Look what he did to Porter. So but
man, if the same Porter that fought EJ would have fought Bud that night, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
yeah.
I was watching the video. I think it might have been Ego. They said Porter hadn't fought for 455 days or something like that before he fought Crawford.
And his hips were fucked up because EJ bamped his hips up. He had to have surgery on his hips. Oh, don't forget
Oh, I
that,
didn't know
look.
that.
Yeah, he
I
had to
didn't know
have it. Yeah, he had to have hip surgery because EJ bamped them hips up.
Sean Porter.
Uh-huh. And honestly, Sean Porter got the worst version of EJ.
Yeah, for real. EJ was
He got the
crazy.
worst.
Facts. I had been thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
man.
when I seen Crawford, because when
Yeah,
Crawford
we
came
looking
in,
at it. Go
when
ahead,
he
bro.
came into when he came into the welterweight division, they kept asking him because Aaron was trying to promote that fight, and Aaron would be talking about Spence and Crawford. If you look at after the Horn fight, they said who you want to fight next. He said, "Oh, I want." He said, "I want all the champs. Bob, make it happen." And after Benavidez fight, same shit. Bob, I want all the champs. Bob, make it happen. But after Spence came in there and didn't stop Mikey Garcia or Sean Porter, then he started calling Spence out by name. And that's their MO over there. They like to hop on wounded prey. They like to be opportunists to fight people at the right time. But they looking back and saying, look what I did to Porter, look what you did to Porter. Man, he gonna be here for a rude ass awakening in that ring on the 29th. It gonna be it. He gonna get beat up bad, man. I'm telling you. I keep telling people he only got a puncher's chance. I give him his respect where it's due. He could punch. If he don't wobble EJ, if EJ knees don't buckle and he jump on him, he gonna take a really bad beating. He's gonna take a bad one, and he's not gonna want to quit because he got a lot of ego and a lot of pride. This is mother birthday. He ain't gonna want to take no knee. He gonna get beat up. He gonna get beat up. He gonna get beat up bad. He gonna be bad.
I'm looking at. I think
Yeah.
somebody just said in the comments that Crawford overtrained. I'm looking at him now, and I felt like one of them, or maybe even both of them, ran the risk of overtraining, but I thought it would be Earl who would run the risk of overtraining because of how hard he trains and how much he does. But I'm looking at Crawford, and he does look like he possibly could have overtrained, and he also looks like his top half is bigger than his bottom half, which means he's put on all that muscle, and it's not even evenly distributed. So that's going to be even more of a hindrance for him. So I don't know if he got a strength and conditioning coach or what, but this not looking too good.
Yeah, I heard Floyd talk about when he sparred EJ, he was trying to get his body back proportion. You know what I'm saying? Because he had been to jail, and he had did 1,200 push-ups a day, and he had his upper body was bigger than his lower body, so he had to start sparring to kind of even it out.
Yeah, he put some mass on Crawford for this fight, and I don't know if that's gonna work for him or against it, but we got to see how it all evens out on weigh-in and fight night. How it all evens out, but man, I don't know, man. I don't. I have a feeling he's not gonna be able to take it. I don't think he's gonna be able to take it, man.
Oh, y'all think they're gonna try to say Earl cheated? That's crazy.
This I heard Bo Mac insinuating cheating, but well, I guess he's talking about politically, since EJ is the biggest star, and saying maybe he might have the PBC got an effect on the judges. Basically, he trying to put it out there, saying so to be in people's minds if Bud lose.
That's crazy, man.
You know how they that's what you call poisoning the well.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, with all that shit he didn't said about they're gonna go in there and people gonna be surprised and all that weird shit. That dude's
I don't think Crawford's whole career been on the up and up. And I think that's why he's so untrustworthy of people, and why they always projected some stuff about cheating.
He got a goblin training him in his corner. This fucking dude got a Carhartt hat on, got a hoodie on, and for the life of me, he seemed to be bigger than he was the last time I looked at him.
Is Bomac wearing only socks in the ring?
That shit is crazy. I seen him sitting there giving an interview. He's sweating out the lips, and he's wiping his lips off.
Right.
And shit, he doesn't seem to lose no weight.
Yeah,
it's because of all them goddamn snacks he be eating. Remember that one that one show?
The Cheetos.
Yeah, remember that? He had that big ass bag of snacks. Come on, man.
Cheetos, man. That shit was funny in the locker room. He had a whole family pack.
No discipline at all. No
discipline. Some Bo Mac, what'd you say, Robert Emily John? Talking about Bo Mac gonna have a fish sandwich fall out the side of his hoodie on fight night. Oh my God.
A foot long.
Hey, that boy, I'm gonna tell you, it's anybody that big, they can't go long without food. That's all I'm saying.
He ain't got no discipline.
Addiction.
He got no discipline. He's in a professional realm of boxing. He can reach out to people, all types of people, but he don't want to. He
got about 5 bags, Ziploc bags of meat. You know what I'm saying? In his pocket.
Now, how you got an obese trainer though? That shit is weak. Like, it makes you lose a little credibility. It's not like your trainer just big. Like, he's obese.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
We're in the most disciplined sport you could possibly be in. Your trainer has no discipline at all.
That man got 4 ass cheeks. 4.
Damn.
Boom, boom.
His stomach is just way too big, bro. The weight to carry all that weight, bro. I mean, wow.
Boom.
And that's
boom,
crazy.
Boom, boom.
He's in there getting around with the boxer, and he's able to move around like that and to be that big. That means he's constantly eating all the time, and he's not going to tell me that that's a health issue. That's just an issue.
He's not in the ring all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like. But he's in the ring. He's training long enough to. I seen him running before, and I seen him wearing.
You saw who running before?
Post the link in the chat.
That's crazy, right?
Please,
and I seen him wearing a solar suit. He got the
a sauna suit.
Yeah, I seen him wearing one
Man,
before.
that nigga couldn't run if the Predator jumped out the closet.
And that was years ago. So for him to still be this big, that means he's just constantly eating garbage, constantly shoving his mouth with all different types of snacks and all different types of shit. It's addictive, of course, but come on, man, you discipline yourself a little bit.
Hey, when you know your fighter facing that boom, 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 make you home. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, do y'all like them videos? Y'all like them videos?
Say that. I was just about to say that too. That's some good videos you put up.
I had to fight, boom, and you know I'm doing good. Then boom, 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 boom.
We don't fight these spins. Boom, boom, boom.
Man, that nigga look like. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Crawford Media Day look like garbage. Them nigga pad work look like trash. That's the worst pad work, man. Them niggas don't know what they doing over there, man. I ain't never seen no.
Look like the facility. That's a UFC workout facility.
Yeah,
man.
What's going on,
terrible.
What's going on, JB? What's going on, my brother? What's happening? Salute to you.
All right, man. Salute to you, Paul Connor. How's it going?
All right, everybody. We just watching this media workout.
Yeah, I've been checking a little bit of it out and things, man. They're starting to wind down the camp, man. Get ready for the fight next week. But it's gonna be interesting, man. Crawford. I was listening to the press conference before he did the workout. He sounded confident. That he can win the fight. Errol Spence sounds very confident. So this is really, really a true 50-50 fight, man. I like Errol to win it, but it's not gonna be upset either way, man. You got two champions. I got them number 1 and number 2 on the pound for pound list. So I think that's also on the line with these two fighters. And it's just one of those fights, man, like a throwback fight, kind of like Leonard Hearns won, but you really didn't know who was going to really win the fight, man, because both guys bring a lot of attributes to the table. So it's going to come down to game plan, man. I do like Errol Spence Jr.'s trainer over Crawford's trainer. I like Derek James as a strategist. So I think he got the advantage in that regard. And when you're talking about a fight where it might come down to a few different details, and you got a guy that's going to be coming in with a real good game plan. Watched a lot of film of Terrence Crawford. Going to have a great game plan. If Errol Spence Jr. going to follow the game plan to a T. So I'll probably give the advantage to Errol Spence Jr. as far as corner goes. So it's going to be a good fight, man. Real good matchup, man. I think it's one of those fights that definitely going to live up to the hype.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this motherfucker gonna be off the chain, bro. Especially when the fight gets started.
Yeah. You're dealing with two guys that ain't lost before. So anytime, you got two guys that don't know how to lose, you don't have to be on top of your game, man. You're gonna have to be on top of your game at 8 level to put that first loss on the whoever end up losing this fight, man. That's what's gonna make this fight
look at
real good.
Your boy used to be on there with Sean Porter, all the regulars.
I hope a lot of people, especially Bud fans, remember what was being said about Canelo Alvarez before he fought Floyd that first time.
Let me tell you something. Ray done gained so much weight over the years, man. That motherfucker eating good. That nigga neck fat as hell.
Hey, is Spence Media Day tomorrow?
Uh-huh.
Hey, when you watch Spence Media Day tomorrow, listen at them pads.
Yeah, right.
And watch how Derek James putting the pads, kidneys under the rib cage, under the armpit. Watch where he putting the pads at, man. Strategic.
Hey, y'all know that announcer rate? That dude head fat. That dude fat. He done got fat over the years.
Yo, look at Terrence Crawford's arm. He got him crossed right now, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Look how small his arms look. He still got to get to weigh in. He's gonna look like Skeletor at weigh-in.
Got a big forearm, though. Forearm bigger than his goddamn arms, isn't it?
Yeah, he got long reach too, man. We got a 74-inch reach or something. He got a real long reach for the 147.
Yes, 47. Yeah, 47. Now, everybody, I've been hearing this here a lot. Right? Roman Emily Jones says, "Pool, I hope dude doesn't get himself disqualified if he notices his power is ineffective, like Zab Judah did Mayweather." You know what I'm saying? But he didn't get disqualified though. They had a big brouhaha and they restarted that shit up.
They just kicked
Toasted
Roswell
at
out
it.
of
Yes,
there.
sir.
That's how I
Yeah.
look at it. All the talking, we can talk back and forth, just like the jab. When Zab fought Mayweather,
Mm-hmm.
them
People been
fighters
thinking
don't.
about that more and more. I've been hearing this question: is he gonna try to do something like that?
I'm gonna
Oh,
gonna fold
No,
up, boom, boom, boom.
I hope not. There's more, Texas closer to Vegas than Nebraska is. So
now you talking about a good fight, eating the remix? That damn people slept on that fight, but that Ricky Hatton fight was goddamn good as hell, man.
it was.
I mean, Ricky Hatton came out there to fight.
Okay.
Yeah, he gave Mayweather problems early on with that aggression, that roughhouse tactics. He gave Mayweather problems. Mayweather had to figure him out. But that was two undefeated fighters too, man. Like I said, you got two undefeated champions. It's gonna be a good fight. It ain't gonna be no runaway either way, in my opinion. I think it's gonna be one of them fights. If Spence win, he gonna systematically break them down, and
Hey,
he gonna stop him later, win by decision.
and that
If
Ricky
Crawford
Hatton
win,
fight.
Crawford make a necessary adjustment to nullify Errol Spence Jr. punch output and win the
But
fight. So.
but JB had me madder than the motherfucker talking about the white guy when he fought Frank, and he was saying that the white boy won that round. White boy, no, you didn't say white boy, but you said what was his name?
Okay,
Yeah, you said I'm the one that round. I'm the one.
Yeah, I can tell you was getting mad. I was just trying to be a check. I had him up after 9 rounds. I had a 5-4 autumn, but Frank took over one of the championship rounds and won it. Got the knockdown. I kind of like I feel.
I agree with you. I mean, I just didn't want to hear the shit.
Yeah. I can tell what I told you. Like, you can say it like that. I can tell.
Yeah.
I said, full kind of man, you don't like what I'm telling you.
No, I agree with you. I just didn't want to hear the shit. You know what I'm saying? You said, yeah, he won that one. He won that one. I was like, I was scared for Frank, man. I was like, God damn, Frank, you got to pull it out, baby.
Hey, that fight was competitive till Frank started hurting that boy.
But that was the key to victory. I think he had all the muscles on him. He was gassing out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Too much muscle, like JB saying, like shit, too much muscle, shit, you get tired.
Man, today is hump day.
Hey, I want to touch back on old boy talking about that Ricky Hatton and Mayweather fight. Look, that's goes to show you triangle theories don't work. Floyd Mayweather fought Castillo twice. Went the distance with him twice. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Hatton knocked him out. And Floyd Mayweather knocked Ricky Hatton ass out.
Wait a minute. Ricky Hatton knocked out Castillo, right?
Yep.
What you saying? But but Castillo had been through a doghouse. He had been through a war with Diego Corrales. That was life and death. That's a life and death fight.
And he went the distance twice with Mayweather.
But what I'm saying is he had been through some wars. Go watch that Diego Corrales fight. You wouldn't even understand how he fought again. I
saw it, man. Both of them put each other to sleep several times.
Mm-hmm.
What y'all talking about?
Ricky Hatton, you think Ricky hadn't been able to beat Castillo before he went through all that shit with Diego Corrales was a motherfucker, man. He could hit.
I doubt it.
You know what I'm saying? Because Castillo he had all kind of stamina. Look how he pressed Mayweather, man. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Hatton.
I liked Diego Corrales too. He was the most disrespectful son of a gun. He get in the come to the weigh-in, smoking cigarettes, blowing smoke in people's face.
Had them
one time he
camouflage shorts.
Hey, you remember when he grabbed Shane Mosley's wife ass?
No, you talking about Mayorga.
Mayorga, yeah, Mayorga, yeah. Oh,
you think about
man,
and that shit was staged. That shit was staged like a motherfucker.
You think so?
Hell yeah, that shit was staged.
Man, shit, who gonna stage somebody grabbing your old lady ass, man?
Yeah, just to add excitement because nobody really knew who the hell Mayorga was. They want to add some excitement. Mm-hmm.
They were trying to sell a pay-per-view too. It was one of them no-name pay-per-view people that was putting that fight on. So they were trying to sell a pay-per-view. And Mayorga said later on they were staged.
I got them dudes mixed up that bad, Mayorga and Castillo. Them motherfuckers look the same to me, man. I guess one Mexican look like the next Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
They all look the same. What the hell?
Hey, motherfucker, one Mexican look like the next Mexican, I guess, man.
Oh my God.
Man, they didn't look alike to you, man. They fought alike too.
Yeah, Castillo wasn't as wild as Mayorga. Mayorga was out there street fighting, man. But it was a little bit. Castillo was a little bit more technical. He was a come forward, flat-footed fighter, but he was a little bit more technical than Mayorga. Mayorga had more power though.
Smoked them cigarettes and shit at the weigh-in.
Oh, that must be the end of it. That must be the end of it.
Yeah, he beat Vernon Forrest, man. Like I say, sometimes styles make fights because he could beat Sugar Shane, and Sugar Shane could beat Vernon Forrest, but Vernon Forrest couldn't beat Mayorga. So.
I'm looking in the comments.
I'd have lost money on that damn fight because ain't no way in the hell I thought he was gonna beat Vernon Forrest, man.
Yeah.
That son bitch was about 6 foot tall. Fight at 147, man. It was a big man.
What's the best betting app to place my money, man? And what do I bet? That's what I want to know.
You going for the Spence Crawford fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I think Crawford's a slight favorite. I think you can. I think you can get some good value on Spence, man. It's a 50-50 fight, but I think
he wants to know what's the best app.
Oh, best app to bet on.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all got bet? What's y'all bets? What's y'all bets looking like? I got a bet put in. I bet for a so if the fight ends in a stoppage, I'm gonna be profitable. Period.
I'm gonna bet $100. I'm gonna bet 50 on the stoppage, and I'm gonna bet 50 on the win. So if they win, I'm still win $135. And if he knock his ass out, I'm gonna win $135 plus my odds on my $50, probably about $200 and some on the knockout. If he stops,
it's plus 8,000 for the first 4 rounds.
Plus what?
Nice.
8,000.
Nah, he ain't gonna get him in the first 4.
Nah.
I'd be very surprised.
How much you got to place on 8,000? How much you got to place on 8,000 though?
What you mean?
To get 8,000. How you put with the minimum bet? Give me 8,000.
That means 8,000 to 1. That means nigga, you
Word.
bet $1, you win $8,000.
I bet $5.
I mean 8,000 to 100.
Right.
No, I mean that's 8,000 to 100. So if you bet $100, that means you win 8,000.
Right.
If you bet $50, that means you win like 4,000.
So like 8 to 1 odds, basically 8 to 1.
80.
80 to 1. So that's right. Yeah, it's a big odds for the fight to
that's
stop you stopping 4 rounds.
That's 800 to 1.
800 to 1?
Yeah, but they talking about
that's
800.
still high odds. Even though that's still some high odds though.
It's 800 to 1.
You start with a shot you don't see, you can get it can happen, right? That's some high
What
odds.
app you just look at?
800 to 1, but that's like but that 1 is 100 though. It ain't $1, it's a fucking $100.
That's same as 8 to 1 then. That's same thing. 8 to 1. That's same thing. 8 to 1.
Let me look at it.
But it could happen though. Crawford could get out there, get too wild, get caught.
Shit, hey, at 8 to 1, I wouldn't give a damn who won. If I had my money down, if I could pick the winner and in 4 rounds at 8 to 1, I wouldn't give a shit who won. I'd be too happy clicking that money.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me see.
So them odds are good for Spence stopping.
Hey, if you bet against your team and win some money, do you still feel sad your team lost?
Yeah.
You feel sad, but you won't feel as bad though because you did win some money. It won't be as bad if your team lost and you ain't win nothing. You taking, at least you won. So you're like, I hate my team lost, but at least I got some money. Going out here to the club to turn up. You know what I'm saying?
Especially for football.
Like you a Cowboys fan and you know they're gonna lose. So you're like, shit, man, don't make no sense not to make this money.
I don't really know how many we're gonna lose this year. We got a good ass team, bro.
Talking about the Cowboys?
Yeah.
That's all about Dak, man. They got the team, man. But Dak, man, on that 49er game, 49ers was right to get beat that game, but Dak was horrible in that game, man. If he could just play decent, they would have beat the 49ers. They could have went to the Super Bowl.
You still got to look at the, you know what I'm saying, his receiving core. You know what I'm saying. All we needed was 5 plays, bro. You give me 5 plays, maybe even 3. It changed the whole aspect of that game. Just 3 plays. Give me 3 plays, and I could change the whole aspect of that game.
He couldn't do it though. He don't see the field well to me. I don't think he see the field like a Mahomes or a Burrow or people on that level.
That's going with the
Aaron
play
Rodgers. I
caller.
don't think
Nah,
he see
that's
the
the
whole
play
field.
caller, my boy. That's
I don't
Kellen
know.
Moore couldn't find, you know what I'm saying, the proper calls to go against, you know what I'm saying, Shanahan like that. That's Kellen Moore, bro. Like, it's
Oh, you
going
think
to
it's
be
Kellen Moore?
different.
Well, watch
Yeah.
how Herbert looking with us with the Chargers. He might win MVP over there with that coordinator, man. He got a big time
No,
quarterback over there. I don't.
no.
Dak's solid, but he
Watch
ain't,
how our
he ain't
defense doing.
franchise level. He ain't franchise level to me.
Watch how our
He's solid.
defense doing.
Oh yeah, defense
He only
too.
second. He only second to Mahomes in down the field accuracy. What? Come on now.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm
he
saying?
ain't taking my home report.
Every time Dak played, he got number one offense
Nah, he ain't second.
repeatedly
He might be
every
in maybe
time.
stat wise, but he ain't second to no Mahomes as far as
Okay,
quarterback.
but you know what I'm saying? Stat come off numbers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just want to ignore numbers at all time. Like I can't, bro. You cannot ignore numbers. Come on now.
Didn't he
And
lead the
accuracy
NFL
down
in
the field.
interceptions though? Didn't he lead the NFL in interceptions? He missed like 4
But if you
games. He
put
led the
two,
NFL in interceptions.
but if you put 2 years together, he's still behind all them guys.
Behind who? Mahomes?
All of them. All of them.
Man, I just started
like I
all
said,
of them.
talking about these
Put
Cowboys.
put 2 years together. He behind all of them. What
yeah,
we talking about?
he a solid
This is a
quarterback, but
talking point, bro.
he not. It ain't nothing special about Dak, man. He's a
You
good
play
leader.
game.
He got the challenges,
How you
but he don't
gonna
have the challenges on the field.
when you leave Cooper Rush 26, when you come back you number one, and that was
The
last
Cowboys
year,
offense
and it was a
was
year
number one.
before that.
Cowboys,
Anytime Dak played, he got number one offense. Anytime, every time.
I don't know, but I don't know what the stats say. But the Cowboys didn't have. The Cowboys wasn't the
I
best
do.
offense in the NFL. I don't care what the stats say.
I
They ain't
do.
have the best offense in the NFL. They
I
wasn't better
do.
than Kansas City.
I
They
do.
wasn't better
That's
than
coordinator.
Cincinnati. They had no
Coordinator.
offense like this. If they had that good offense, why they only scored like 16 points against the 49ers?
Receivers at the end of that year, and then they was exploiting our running back too. That's it, bro.
Yeah, I
At
was
the end
mad
of the
that
year.
Pollard got hurt. That was messed up. If Pollard
And
would
we
have got
was
hurt, they
still. I
might
was
have
just
hurt
about
him
to
when Pollard
say.
got hurt.
I was just about to say too. That changed the whole dynamic of the game. All we had was CeeDee Lamb. That's it.
Yep.
Michael Gallup couldn't come back to the ball. You know what I'm saying? Brown had spent his whole. You know what I'm saying? He gave us a couple catches, but that was it. Schultz didn't show up. He running backwards out of bounds when he should have been moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Kept the clock running. Like, come on, man. It's stuff that give me 3 plays. That ain't even it. If Diggs hits the tight end and blows up that play, if he don't drop the interception, that's a whole different aspect
Oh,
too.
yeah. Yeah, that was a
You know,
big time drop right there by Diggs. That would have turned the whole momentum around. He should have had that interception. They were driving, they ended up getting some points off there. He dropped it. Yeah, he right about that. That was a bad drop.
The way Kellen called the offense when we got the ball, he was neglecting first down. He wanted to go for bombs. Come on, man, just get first down. Just get first down. What we talking about? Like, but they. Nah.
Well, McCarthy, they gonna run the ball with McCarthy. They gonna play ball control and then win with their defense. I guess that's what they go. That's the style they're gonna try to play. So they can score average 20 points a game. AJ should be definitely battling with the Eagles for their division.
I don't think we got the players for ball control, but I think we gonna run in spurts. We gonna run in certain areas. You know what I'm saying? Incorporate different players at different times. But I don't think we got not the ball control player. We don't got nobody that's gonna bang and bang and bang. I think we're gonna hit him in spurts, and Dak is he got too many receiving weapons, man, not to be Dak gonna be all over the place, bro. I'm saying that's what I said. Dak is the best throwing the ball on the run, period. In the NFL right now, you just go look at his highlights. Best throw of the ball on the run with accuracy.
Yeah, but they don't really do no bootleg. If he runs out because they're getting the pressure on him, he might get outside the pocket. But they don't do no inside bootlegs like they do in San Francisco.
Go look at the throw that come off of that. That's all I'm saying. Go look at that throw. That's all I'm saying. Anytime you see him start to move and running out the pocket, look at the throw that come off of it.
Yeah, he do need to run. I agree with you. He do need to run. Ever since he had that injury, man, he ain't been running like he did before pre-injury. He do need to run. That's when he had his best. You know, he's a good running quarterback. He got to use all his attributes, run and throw. But he ain't really been running like that since the injury. So hopefully he'll get back to that this season. I like the Cowboys. Don't get me wrong. I think them, the Eagles, and San Francisco are probably the top 3 teams in the NFC. You got some other teams maybe on the rise, Seattle, Detroit, but it's going to be interesting. It's not as deep as the AFC. The AFC is real deep, so they have a chance. You know, it's not as many elite quarterbacks in the NFC. You got Jalen Hurts, and that's pretty much it. And then you got Dak and, you know, people like that. And Eric.
You say Jalen Hurts is elite?
Huh?
You said Jalen Hurts is elite?
Oh yeah, he proved that last year. He proved that he's elite. That year.
What if I would tell you? What if I tell you that the numbers that he put up on, you say his elite year, Dak did that as a rookie, and he has better seasons than that rookie year.
Yeah, Dak had a great year his rookie year. That's probably his best year of his career.
But you calling him elite, and Dak is not elite. What you call his elite year, Dak did that as a rookie.
Dak do
almost
like
same
what?
numbers. Almost same numbers, and Dak has exceeded those numbers in different years. And you calling him elite, and you calling Dak not elite. When he's at number one offensive, when he's only second to Patrick Mahomes in yards down the field accuracy, what we talking about?
What we're talking about is he got to get over the hump in the playoffs. That sounds good. But when you need him to do all that, get the 49ers.
Is this pool kind of boxing or pool kind of football? What the hell?
We turn into the Dallas Cowboys show, man. America's team. I'm talking about Dak need to make that move, man. Get them boys over the hump, man. Let's put up a shut up this year for Dak. Ain't no more excuses. I understand what you saying all about the stats, but you got to get over the hump, man. You ain't got to go against Mahomes or Errol. It's a clear path. Jalen Hurts, get by him. Get by he got beat by a rookie last year in the playoffs. That guy was a rookie, 7th round pick.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Yeah, you gotta step up. You gotta step up, man. Don't let no rookie beat you.
You know, we hit 1 million views. You know what I'm saying, on my channel. That's a milestone. You know what I'm saying. I want to thank everybody for you know what I'm saying. You know, like just watching my videos and you know what I'm saying, supporting the channel. We finally hit 1 million views, bro.
Oh, yeah.
1 million. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, I've been around for a long time, but, you know, I don't like try to, you know what I'm saying, shine or get into the limelight. But, you know, we tugging along. You know what I'm saying? 1 million views ain't nothing to shake, you know what I'm saying, the scarf at. So, you know, that's pretty damn good. You know, 1 million views. Shit. I mean, 1 million motherfuckers watch my shit. Or at least clicked on the button. Right?
That's good. It's like kind of like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a Derek James one, you know what I'm saying? But you know, but I just came in off the road, y'all, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna come back at the same. Well, I'm gonna try to do it early tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do it early so we can just stay on all day or whatever. But yeah, I just got off the road, so I want to come in and holler at everybody. And you know what I'm saying, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, y'all support my videos. And you know, just rocking with the channel, man. I love our community. I love, you know what I'm saying, chopping it up with everybody. And you know what I'm saying, we'll be back tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to come in early so, you know what I'm saying, we could spend a few hours on here. You know what I'm saying? But right now I gotta get some stuff done. I gotta go ahead and shut down my truck and everything. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably early in the morning.
All right,
man. Take it easy, full count. Everybody that's on the panel, y'all take it easy.
All right,
take it easy, panel.
All right.
Bye, Jay. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to 2 Cent Boxing. Y'all already hear she fired, bro. She already on it, so y'all already know she good. Y'all hear speaking, so make sure y'all subscribe for your boy.
Yeah,
right?
subscribe. Yeah, subscribe to my channel, man. JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend on YouTube.
Damn,
Subscribe to me.
JB, I didn't know you had a damn channel. Oh, I would have been pushing you. Yeah,
subscribe to my channel.
Drop your link in there too.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, just go to YouTube and I'll drop it.
I'm up out of here, y'all. See you guys tomorrow. We'll really get in depth.
All right, peace.
Peace.